This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
All right.
I thought you wanted to wear the shirt for the show.
No, I had to try it on.
Okay. But then we didn't need to do any of those things that we just did.
I was just thinking that.
You could have just taken it back off.
I think you should wear the shirt for the show.
I think so too. I mean,
But
you know.
I already took it off and put it
I
on.
don't know. I kind of like the shirt she has on right now.
I do too. We should print Pitch Black Sunrise on that shirt.
Yeah.
That would not work. It would need to be like a back patch.
I can make it work.
All right.
All right.
Shirt talk.
Shameless self-promotion.
Episode 232. Off and running.
I forgot he's going to be on the show with me this whole time. Can I have some alcohol?
Oh, yeah. Do you want your alcohol that you brought? Or do you want a beer?
Not yet. I'll take a beer.
Okay.
Looks like we have a crossover event that I decided to call.
Wait. Heineken, Lagunitas. Heineken, Lagunitas, or Corona?
Oh, Lagunitas is good.
Looks like we have a crossover event in the studio this week. It's a pale plaid sunrise. That's what I'm calling it.
That's fucking awesome.
So we got Nicole Magro and Nick Magro in studio.
We're just on as husband and wife, too.
Yeah, no band talk. Or no music talk. What is that? Oh, is that an Orange Amplifier t-shirt?
It is.
That's a nice t-shirt.
Thank
See,
you.
that's a good t-shirt.
I'm fishing for
This
endorsements.
Pitch Black one is kind of meh.
Wow.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. I was told you were going to do a musical thing together.
Yeah, I probably should have let you know that wasn't happening.
Yeah,
well,
we were
no, it's no
planning
big
on
deal.
it.
We wanted to, but we just didn't have time to rehearse anything and work it out. You know?
Oh, okay. I mean, you could do it on the show, no problem. It'd be easy. You just
No.
bang it out real quick.
Not us. No. Neither one of us wants to do that. You know.
Have you guys played together before? I mean, like
We
in the
used
house
to.
and stuff.
We were
like
in a
or-
band together.
We were in a
Yeah.
band
Oh, you
together
were?
for
Okay.
We were
years.
in
Yeah.
Shades of Burn.
Okay.
And then
Shades of what?
Shades of Burn.
Oh, Shades of Burn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We actually, I came up with it. Ugh.
Microphone voice.
Um,
Microphone voice.
we probably should have brought.
One of the CDs.
We should have brought something just to play, but
What's
it's
oh
all
the
good.
old
Yeah,
the
it's
old
all good.
band?
We have it. Yeah, we have one album.
We have.
Oh, now I want to hear. I really want to
Yeah,
hear. It.
all
I
right,
wonder if I
yeah.
can find it. Let me see.
Actually,
What do you think?
I'm trying to think if I know it was for sale on Amazon at one point, which I
Yeah,
have
it
no
was.
idea how
Oh
that
my
happened.
God, it was like $7 and
Yeah.
something cents. I'm like, wait a second.
And I never remembered
getting-
sending
We're not
it.
getting any royalties. Like,
That's
It was
ridiculous.
probably in the fine print.
Oh shit.
That band predated Amazon.
yeah, of CD Baby.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me see
Yeah.
here.
I know.
So
There's
it was through CD Baby?
there's one.
Oh, they probably
Sold
because
it.
they
You know how
they
they-
hide shit for distribution, and then you don't realize they're like,
Oh,
when something like
boy.
Amazon becomes something, they're like,
Right.
oh, we'll consider that distribution. We keep all the money.
right.
Well, fortunately
Yeah.
for us, like I don't think anyone.
yeah. Well, it was because of that travesty that I no longer have a Ferrari. So
Yeah.
I found something.
what'd you find?
I found Reverb Nation.
Oh God.
Oh, okay, that's the second.
I got Born Temptation, $5,000, and Burn. Two rehearsal tracks.
Yeah,
Yes.
those were
And
in
pre-production.
the rehearsal studio.
Yeah, the $5,000 is the pre-production that we had done.
And I have found you on Amazon as well. Shades
did.
of Burn. Yep.
That's the
Hang up, bring
Which
it
means
down.
that you could
last
just
song.
download it right now.
That's the
Yeah,
original.
and play
I
it.
could if I
Wait,
wanted
then-
to
and then
spend
we-
$8 on
Yeah,
it.
then we're gonna have to fucking argue with CD Baby for a month.
no, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, every time we play anything from you guys, we have to dispute the thing on from CD Baby like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. But
Wow.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
they
even
say,
though
like,
no, they just say like, no, you don't have permission. And we're like, the person who owns it is sitting there.
You know
yeah,
what's-
they're literally
Yeah.
tapping us on the
I've
shoulder
been,
saying, "Turn it up."
I've been running into that with people from with Pitch Black on Bandcamp. We've had a couple of issues with that too.
Yeah, it's just because there's like some sort of fine print that say that they're going to handle your distribution in some way. So they're like, oh, no, we're not keeping your money. You just have to ask for it, and then we'll give it to you.
It actually lists CD
Yeah.
Baby as your label in the product details. I'm
Wow.
not fucking
We're
with you. I'm
signed?
reading
We
it
were
black
signed?
We're a signed act. Hey,
black and white right here. That's
I got to
kinda
keep my
fucking
pinky
Guys,
up when I
had
drink
no
now.
idea. Wow.
Get home, change your resume.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this rehearsal track at least.
Which one would you want to hear first?
Born Temptation, 5 Grand or Burn.
I would say
Not Burn, not to be confused with the Cure song.
No.
Burn.
Oh no, it definitely wouldn't be.
no.
Oh.
I don't know about
Shade.
any of those.
Well,
like,
your vocal,
'cause-
your vocal track
Shots
on
fired.
Born was really good. That was in
no,
Tony's rehearsal
the
studio.
thing about that whole thing is it was just one. It was like
It was a
one
room recorder. 5. Well,
so like
God.
putting the drums and the vocals and everything
Oh, is
just
it-
with a mic in the
It's
middle
super.
of the
It was.
room.
It was
Like,
just meant to be up there so
The
that we had something.
CD The actual CD is better quality if you.
Well,
can
there's
pull a
5
track
grand
off
says
of that.
pre-production.
That was done. That was done.
The
John.
vocals are way too hot on that,
all right.
as opposed to the rest of the
Well,
music.
'cause it wasn't
so
mixed.
it's
It was
like
just,
wham.
I'm just clicking one. Boom. Burn.
All right.
That's what we're doing.
That's actually my favorite song from the second.
You got to see this one. All right.
Reminds me of Red Sun Reservoir.
A little bit.
Nick and I actually wrote this together.
This is actually probably one of my favorite of her vocal performances in all the stuff we've done together. Would be this song. It's amazing. You'll hear it.
But again, this was just a room rehearsal.
And this is live in a room. She's doing the maracas.
You guys definitely could have done this live tonight. What are you talking about? Just done it.
I could have done the drums.
I haven't played this in probably 12 years.
I could see this with just
Here
a,
it comes. Here comes the hook.
Ready?
I like it. It's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty badass. I like this.
Thank you. I think so. That's also Sean is on that as well. He
Playing
does,
guitar?
Yeah, he does the lead and rhythm.
Oh, cool.
There's another guitar player that was in the band at the time too. It was a 2-guitar lineup.
So what happened?
What happens?
What
you were
happened?
you've been in bands. You know what happens. Bands bands have band stuff, and it just doesn't.
Not between you two, though. You guys get
No.
along totally musically?
There was.
Actually, it started because we had like the first version of the band was actually me and my old guitar player and him and his old drummer and guitar player, and we got together
Super
and
group.
formed. We got together with what was left
Not
of
so many
both
words, yeah.
bands and put them together and formed another band out of it, and then we had that run for quite a while. And then just, stylistically, we went in a couple of different directions. This one, the more progressive. That one didn't. And
It's funny, like Brian from Freak Switch always used to say, there was Shades of Burn, and then there was the darker Shades of Burn. what happened was like the music got a little heavier. We started using drop tunings and stuff. Like the song you just heard was in, I think, like C sharp or one of the other drop tunings. Yeah,
fun.
like a Sabbath type tuning. So it gave it a little bit more thickness in general. And we started writing stuff that was a little heavier and a little more progressive.
Yep.
You know, and the other two guys, just people change. You know, like life and things happen. We decided to keep going. We found other members. We found Sean. We went through a 2-year drummer search almost.
That was
a
really the
nightmare.
thing that
Drummers
that was,
are a pain in the ass.
Well,
to
that
look
was
for.
kind of the thing that killed us after
was drummer,
a while.
losing drummers, it really was.
Because once you get somebody, once you find somebody that you think is really going to fit, then you have, that gelling time and, and then
you
after
discover
that,
how crazy they are.
Yeah.
Drummers are all fucked up.
Oh
all
my
of them.
gosh!
You know what
we've
They're all
been
fucking nuts.
We've had our share.
You know what was funny? When I first
Even
started,
Ryan's got that look in his eye.
Does he?
They could snap one day.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's all that physical, all that physical stuff, banging on things or whatever,
But seriously though, it's a big stressor because just the whole idea of being in a band, it's like having a relationship with 3 or 4 other people most of the time, and it's harder than just being in a marriage, like trying to get schedules to line up and then trying to get creativity to line up. And it's a real process.
Who's going to get offended because you didn't like that riff or I don't like that vocal line and man, it's a pain in the ass, It's kind of like why I enjoy being in a power trio now.
Yeah,
it's just the 3 of us and that's it.
Yeah, less people, less shit to deal with.
Well, like the biggest reason though why we ended was because my mom was dying at the time, so it was really rough on me. And I just said to him, after we were, things were kind of falling apart, and we were trying to find another drummer, and I was like, you know what, I really can't do this right now. I kind of have to step away from it, but I want you to continue, you know? So that's...
And Sean had left Shades, and we were going on with just the 4 of us at that point. We had a guy named Vinny on guitar, and we found this guy, John, from Portchester, who was on the drums. He was very good, and it was actually still a really good lineup musically, and we got along pretty well. But, she just lost her motivation to want to do it. And after that, it was like, I don't know, man, So she said to me, I want you to keep going. I want you to keep playing, which I really intended to anyway. And I'm like, all right, what the hell do I want to do, So I put an ad up on Craigslist like everybody did at one, I guess what would be 2012, 13 probably. And then this is the funniest part.
Oh, what, when we found Sean?
No. When I after we killed Shades of Burn. When I put an ad up on Craigslist.
You killed them?
Well,
that's how you break up a band?
Yeah, we had to. Just put them in a bath.
Sean was in another thing,
it's a cutthroat industry.
And then he had sent out a thing on Craigslist, and
bass player. I do this. Look and play in a stoner band. And listed the influences that I wanted to do, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The first hit that I get, the first email back that I get, hey, this and that. I like the bands you listed. I'm a guitar player. Blah blah blah. Contact Sean.
I was hoping that was going to be the case.
So I text instead of replying to the email because I recognize the email
Pina
too.
Colada song,
Yeah,
just a band.
Yeah, so I text him. I go, "Yo, did you just reply to an ad on Craigslist?" And he goes, "Yeah, I thought that was you." And I'm like, "Yeah." So, well, what are we gonna do? So we spent about a half an hour on the phone talking about like what I had envisioned and what I wanted to do, and it kind of matched up what he was looking to do. Yeah. And he was like, "All right, so." What do you think? And I was like, well, you sing. And he goes, really? Because Sean had done some vocal stuff in Shades.
I had been trying to get him
she had been trying to get him for the longest time.
Things.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because obviously you heard it. Sean's got a great voice.
Yeah.
I love his voice.
Yeah, he's got an incredible voice. And I said, no, you sing. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Why are we going to look for another person and add another person to this? You got a great voice. You're a great guitar player. Let's start working. And then we went on another drummer search. And, it was a goddamn nightmare. Then we got Rob. The villain from the talkies.
Yep.
Yeah. And, that went for as long as it went. And we went over all that stuff the last time we were on the show. And then to where we are now. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, band hopping or what else would you call it?
This is the way it works in, any kind of regional kind of thing.
And
like
But
that.
finding Sean again was really cool because it's like they reconnected friendship, and then lo and behold, he gets remarried, and Nick's the best man.
Yeah, like within a year of
it was
us
really cool.
working together, he's like, "Listen, I want you to be the best man at my wedding," and I'm like, "Really?" Like I was blown away, like because he,
Yeah, it was
like
awesome.
he could have asked his brother, he could have asked so many other people, and I'm like, "Wow, okay,
Yeah.
I don't look that good in a suit." And he goes, "Don't worry about it. We're all wearing kilts." And I'm like, "I don't have the legs for it. I'm going to have to go back to the gym." So, and that was a whole nother story. So,
But they
You gotta
did.
get
They
a
wore
tan.
kilts.
Did you get a tan? Did you tan your legs before?
no, thankfully it was in October, so I didn't have to
all right,
worry,
okay.
And I didn't shave my legs because I'm gangster like that.
Wow.
Did everyone else shave their legs?
To my knowledge, I hope the women did, but to my knowledge, none of the men did. So,
Well,
so that's the backstory, I guess, in a nutshell, right?
all right. So you guys did play together,
Yeah, for a while.
which was the original question.
Yes.
We did.
To a long-winded answer from the Magros, yes.
Well, we have to make use of the time.
Yeah.
We did a lot of songwriting, especially when we moved up here. We did a lot of songwriting for that band together.
Yeah, we did.
And we would bring it to everybody,
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would do.
What? You-
Well, like if Brooke,
You and
if-
your wife?
If Brooke was it was like
I'm not saying
musically
I'm not saying
inclined.
it like your wife. I'm saying you
And,
and your
yeah,
wife.
Yeah.
No. No. It'd be terrible. Not and again, not because of either one of you individually, but because of
She'd be
yeah.
a good band manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be
Not
able to
a
manage where I'm going.
Band
but
member.
like, a band member.
No.
You
I don't
have
think
to
so.
Band manager. Yes.
You have to be able to distinguish between the two. Like, we have our relationship, marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is at that point. And then there's the working relationship in a band. And you both have to understand. And again, there's no real formula. Like, this is just kind of how it worked for us that worked really well was you just have to understand that, this is where I'm coming from musically, so where you're coming from musically. And you have to find somewhere in between to make it work. Like,
And also, I didn't favor him over like the other guys. If I felt that the drums needed to be hit harder, I'd say something. Or like if I felt that his bass line was lacking, I'd be like, I know you can do way better than that. Like I wouldn't.
she's my harshest critic. She'll look at me and go, "That is some basic shit. What are you doing? Stop
that's
it.
the
You're so
thing.
much better than that."
Brooke will give me, she'll
Yeah.
fucking strip it fucking down if I ask her
And
to.
I'll be
And it's like, don't give me the pouty face in
Right.
the car on the way home because that was business and now it's over.
And I was just gonna say, you know what?
You have to when you work with like we've worked together, you have
Yeah.
to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like an argument.
And it's
the
hard
first few
sometimes.
times.
It is.
but
It took a minute. It
Yeah.
really did. It took a minute for me to step back and say, she's not doing this to fuck with you. She's
No.
doing this because she knows what you're capable of.
Because like I'm
you
in the
know?
same band and I'm doing it for the love of
Yeah.
the music and I want these songs to be the best that they can be.
Yeah.
And I
you
also
don't want
know
your
the-
husband stinking up the joint.
I know the work, I know the people that I'm working with and I know what they're capable of. And
Right.
if they're not bringing what they're capable of, just like if I wasn't bringing what I was capable of one day or whatever, they would tell me the same thing. You know?
Carefully, but
And
we
I'd be
we
like-
would tell her.
I'd be like, all right, whatever.
They would all
But
look
back
at
to you.
They would all look at
They'd
me
be
and go,
like,
"You need to talk."
your wife.
Fuck you. You're a bunch of pussies. All right, I'll do it.
We're going out for a smoke.
Yeah. And, all right, Nick, go talk to Nicole. I don't want to talk to her. I'm scared of her. Like legit, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, even
But
now,
that's
like
when you start the conversation with the guys wanted me to tell you this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're being ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Like, yeah, no. No, she was very, believe it or not, out of all the working situations that I've been in bands over the years, it was a little easier at that point. I think because one, we were a little bit older. A couple of us had been in bands for a while. She'd been in a couple of bands too. So once you've got that experience and you're used to working with different people and different personalities, the ego comes down a little, and you're able to accept criticism better. Being like when you're 19 or 20 in a band, and someone's
boy,
like, someone's like, dude, that fucking riff sucks. Fuck you, and next thing you know, chairs are flying, right?
And they also have that mentality of like, we're never gonna make it if you keep doing this.
Yeah, that comes in, and like,
I made the mistake of shooting down a song one time with my band. We were like, because my Tony and I had written, I'd say 90% of the songs, right? And there was like one or two that we worked on all together. And then actually a few more than that. But then there was this kind of lull where we didn't really have anything for a while. And then it was just this one like 2-hour rehearsal of us trying to work on this song,
Yeah.
and me the entire time playing along, going, "This song sucks. This is no good." It goes in all different fucking directions. It's got no rhythm. The changes are weird. And finally, we just stopped, and they all were kind of like looking at me because I was playing it half. I wasn't like into it, and I was just like, I just don't see it, guys. Like, I don't see it as a song, let alone like a good song. I don't see it as a song, period. And the faces I got. It was terrible.
You know, it's creation, and people get a little possessive about what they write, and they don't want to hear sometimes that, I know you wrote it, I know you love it, but it sucks. And, you know, it's hard. I've had it turned on me, and I'm just like,
I can't
what do you mean it sucks? Fuck you.
Like, I can't even count in my head, like, how many times I've come up with a riff or I've come up with it, you know, like chord structure and a certain rhythm. And then, you know, I'd take it to the band, and it would turn into something completely different. And sometimes it'd be like, oh, man, not what I wanted, you know. But other times it'd be like, wow, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I really like the way I came up with what I came up with, but I really like this, and I never expected this.
Yeah, I didn't
you know
picture
what I mean?
that, but wow, that's a happy
cool.
accident, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Happy
times too, you
little
know
accidents.
what I found too is it's a good thing to put it down and maybe go back to it in a couple weeks, or a couple months, and be like, wow, why did we not keep working on this? Well, because that day it sucked, but today it sounds really good.
This
It's like
was
you ever
one of those.
notice, like,
This was
Well,
one of
no,
those.
I don't know. One of
This
those
was this was fucking trash.
It's like you ever wake up one day and just a random word sounds really weird to you.
Yeah.
Like, is this really part of the English language? Like,
Moist.
It happens when you say like any word over and over.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like, is it no or is it no but keep going? You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I just is this going backwards? It's going the wrong
No,
way.
it's
Or is that
spinning
supposed to
around.
go the right way? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
going
I
clockwise,
get
but
scared.
it's plugged in, so it's about to pull itself over.
But where's it going? You guys brought some treats. You guys brought treats.
I put it in the
Morris.
fridge.
I'm on a treat.
We brought treats.
Well,
What did we bring?
they
Oh,
brought a
did.
treat.
We brought
I don't
tre-
remember
and
bringing anything.
Amy got her shirt too, so
I did.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I already have a shirt. I need a re-up on my shirt.
I already fucking have a shirt.
I've been wearing mine to the.
you don't have a shirt?
I've been.
No, I have a shirt.
Oh, I was
I've
gonna
been
say-
wearing mine
I
to
was
the
the
coffee
only one
shop.
without a shirt.
Yes, I know.
I've been wearing mine to the coffee shop, and people are like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Well, have you
Get
ever
ready
been to
to
Kingston?
get your mind fucking blown.
Do you like stoner rock?" And they're all like, "Oh,
What's
no."
that?
Those are dirty, greasy guys in a van. You know, like that's the image that most people get when you say stoner rock.
So what the hell am I holding?
This is Magnog.
Magnog?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
it's
So
your-
original.
So this is homemade eggnog?
It's more of a
Yeah,
It's more of a coquito base. So it's got coconut and condensed milk and
So
rum,
it is come in a bottle.
Yeah, it's just
and some
it looks
spices.
big gallon.
I
of
will.
jizz.
I will try it, but I am lactose intolerant.
And I don't
so
use-
I will only try a little.
That sounds.
I don't use
bunch,
egg in
and
my
I'm
I'm gonna
recipe.
have a whole bunch
I'm
I
gonna have as
basically
much as
took-
I
and
can
then
and
fart on
throw
your
up.
wife the whole night.
I basically took
can you give me
the
2
things that I
glasses,
like about
actually?
eggnog and
We
the
can
things
split
that I
one.
like about coquito, and I made my own recipe.
What's coquito? I don't know what coquito is.
So that's like that's a traditional Puerto Rican holiday drink.
All right.
So it's basically like the Puerto Rican version of eggnog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, bring those glasses.
So
And,
it's one more time. It's coconut and coconut milk, or coconut cream, or just like actual coconut.
It's cream of coconut.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Cream of coconut.
Like the can
But
that
you
get
might
the Goya
not.
can.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you might not taste it so much because there's a good mix of spices in there.
That's so good.
That's really good.
And
Oh shit! Sorry.
a lot of people say
Oh my god.
a lot of people say that mine
you
doesn't
wanna keep
taste
yours?
strong because you can't really taste a lot of
How
alcohol
much
in
booze
it.
can't taste it at all.
There's a lot of alcohol. In
That
there.
will tighten you up quickly.
It's because the traditional
That's
way to
tasty.
make it is to just use light rum, and light rum gives you that harsh like alcohol taste. But I mix rums.
Do you guys want to try some really good
So-
rum when we're done talking about it?
Sure,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
I love,
if you guys
I love
like,
rum.
If you
I love
guys
rum.
like rum, we got a really good one. That's like part of the stock that we have back here.
But anyway, sorry.
But yeah,
to
so
interrupt. This
so
is
that's
really
what it
good.
is. So you know me, I love mixology. So I took the best of both worlds and I made my own recipe.
This
so
is
that's
really
Magnog.
good.
They should come to
And
our
I get to be I'm the
solstice
official
party.
taste tester.
Do you guys want to come
So
to our
this is-
solstice party and bring this? And we'll put it on top of ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
really?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh my gosh.
We like parties.
December 21st.
I like ice cream.
We like parties and ice cream. So
Yeah.
there it is.
I really
We'll
just
have
want
to
to
put
take.
it
I
on the
want to take like
calendar.
I want to take like a
Okay,
dulce
don't
de
worry.
leche ice cream,
Hmm.
a scoop, and then just like one scoop in this glass, and then fill it to the top.
Oh, and
so
just
it's like
sip
a
it.
float.
Oh God,
That's a home run.
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Or
So-
like that dulce de leche gelato.
I can't wait to
You have
fart.
that?
I hope. I hope.
Well, hopefully you
I
have
hope-
a better time digesting this because it's evaporated
Well, I
milk
don't like.
as
I don't
opposed
do
to
well.
regular milk.
I don't do
Well-
well with like milk or
actually
I'm not
worse.
100% sure if I'm lactose intolerant or whatever because I know that I used to have a serious problem, but I think that was due to the celiac too.
Well, because a lot of the enzyme gets cooked off during
Yeah.
the evaporation process.
So, but this
you should
is
have
gonna.
an easier time, but definitely don't have
hoping-
too much.
What do we got here? What 7 o'clock? I'm thinking about 7:30, 7:45. I'm gonna have a really good wet fart.
It's gonna be a shit.
Hopefully it's
Sorry,
It's
bro.
gonna be a shit.
If I just stand up and leave, it's because yeah.
This show always
We'll have to give
gives.
Brooke some too, so you can fight it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, it's really good.
I had my overflow tank taken out a few years ago, so I have to.
Well then,
my liver works overtime now.
your wife is a lucky lady.
you,
I have to tell you.
If you want to give me this recipe, we might use it for like the eggnog crawl.
What's the shit floating in
Isn't
it?
that awesome?
Eggnog crawl.
That's actual
oh,
shit.
The one okay.
Because we're one of the few. So at Tomato Cafe,
Oh, is
15 College View Avenue, Poughkeepsie, New York, where I work.
Are they, do they give us money?
No, but I work there,
They
so come and
should.
give me money.
Tell your boss to pay
yeah.
me. I'll make
But
it.
we do. They do an eggnog crawl every year, and we're
Okay.
like the only bar that can serve alcoholic stuff during the eggnog crawl.
Oh, by
You're-
the way, I make a vegan version.
Ooh.
That
I don't
sounds
want
so good.
That's fine.
What-
I make my own.
What's in that one?
I make my own sweetened condensed coconut
When do
milk.
you start getting?
That's a process.
You start getting messages around what the end of September from people about
Oh my
placing
God.
No, like
orders.
the end of August.
Yeah. Like she'll start getting messages on
really?
Facebook or whatever about like, is it coquito season yet?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
fantastic.
So we're the
So
only
you
like the only
guys-
one that could we're the only ones that was doing an alcoholic eggnog.
That's
You're gonna
cool.
hire a
Yeah.
third-party eggnogger
I'm
to
gonna
compete in the
have her-
eggnog crawl?
I'm gonna have her give me her
the
recipe.
Crafted Cup
and
at
then I'm
44 Raymond
I don't-
Avenue is
I'll
a
name it
Crafted
after
give
Crawl,
up
too.
my
We're in the
recipe.
competition too.
Yeah.
we prefer the term subcontractor, but that's fine.
No, I'll name it after you if you want. Yeah.
Well, it has to be. It has to be
Magnog.
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 Yeah.
We should do a label. We should come up with a label. Yeah.
I thought about it. Like if it gets to the point where it gets so big, like big enough at one point that I might.
What's your what's your feeling about serving eggnog hot or warm?
God no.
Yeah.
This I wouldn't want that.
That's how it's served on this eggnog crawl.
Oh,
like a
no.
lot of people want.
No,
it.
you're the
hot
only.
eggnog?
No,
That
Crafted
would be
Cup
like
was the only one that was
no.
serving hot.
Really?
eggnog. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
What'd you say?
I said that would be like.
Yeah, it's a
I-
hot glass
I
of
just-
cum.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
just
no.
blushed, and that's hard.
If you're gonna drink it warm, you probably should drink it
I
out of a
wouldn't-
hollowed out dildo.
There you go.
That would be.
I
quite-
love this show. I really do love this show.
I need
Because
I
you
need-
deserve it.
I want a glass.
So our son
I
was
want
like,
glass.
"Can I tune in and watch the show?" I'm like, "No."
let me see what.
what did
let's
he
see how it
say?
goes.
Is there
Oh,
going to be stuff about
hysterical.
reproduction on the show? And I'm like,
He goes, none of that reproductive stuff. What did he say? He goes, YouTube has policies against
pornography.
Don't worry, we filled out all the necessary.
Yeah.
We checked all the necessary boxes on that one.
He's such a funny kid, though. He really is.
Oh,
Yeah.
these headphones are giving me a pinch in my neck.
I know, right?
Do you have any Bengay or a hot salve or something?
Yeah,
Give
I
me some of
don't-
the eggnog.
Part of me wants to take them apart and see if I can get some of the guts out of them.
If you take these apart, you'll set off like a radiation alarm
Oh,
or something.
speaking of hot and cold, so there's this ongoing thing with Fireball too, because there's places that have the, just like the Jägermeister, dispensers. They have the Fireball one where it dispenses it cold. And a lot of people do ask for it chilled. Me personally, I feel like cinnamon should be warm. Like that cinnamon.
Yeah, it's a warm spice.
That cinnamon whiskey kind of like should be a warming thing.
I feel like no one
know.
should eat or no one should drink Fireball.
Well, I mean, you have a point there too. But I mean,
Also, no one should drink Jaeger. But
I like Jaeger. I do. I like Jaeger.
I mean, as an ingredient in like a meal or a mixed drink, maybe.
I would like to try the original Jaeger.
You know
like
what?
The original,
the shit
if there
that
was
actually
like
had
an
fucking deer
actual
blood in it.
recipe,
I feel like
whatever.
I don't
feel like that's
love.
made up,
I don't love the
I don't think
taste
it
of
really
Jägermeister, but for some reason, when I used to go into the studio to cut vocal tracks, I used to do a shot of Jaeger before I would, and I think it's mainly because it's a good throat coat, and it's also like less harsh because of the sugar content. So I think a little, like between the licorice, kind of having that numbing kind of feel. I think it was a great throat coat for cutting vocals.
Adam, you know what the Magnog would go good with?
What?
Your mom's Kahlua.
Yeah.
Oof.
If you did like
Adding
if you did,
more alcohol.
No, if you did like a coffee version.
She probably
Yeah.
could
I will
do
tell
a
you,
custom of
though,
anything. Honestly.
I will tell you though that it's dangerous because you can't taste how much alcohol is actually in it.
Oh yeah.
We learned that about White Claw.
We did.
Can't get drunk off of hard seltzers. What are you talking about?
Jägermeister is considered a digestif.
Yeah.
So it's
what's your
like
language?
it's a liqueur.
Licorice
Like
roots.
it's
Yes.
something you sip on after the meal.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do 50
Yeah.
shots of it and then.
Yeah, this is like you've been drinking beer and eating fucking pretzels and bratwurst all day.
Let's do some Jaeger shots.
Yeah, this you do it. No, well in old Germany, you take a sip of it so that you knocks back your
Well, the same thing with
indigestion.
Grand Marnier, and I would do a shot of Grand Marnier before I would go on stage. That was a big thing for me.
I'm
for
never a big
while.
fan of the cordials, if you will. No, that's not
Yeah,
a cordial.
it
Is it a
is.
cordial?
Yep.
It is? Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like
Grand Marnier is an
Sambuca and
orange
shit is
liqueur.
nasty.
Yeah. Grand Marnier is a great ingredient. I like to use it in stuff, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink it straight.
was
My
'cause I-
grandfather used to.
Yeah, I
all
was
the
gonna
time.
say, didn't he used to drink the orange?
I got on this kick
Yeah.
where I wanted to
Stuff.
drink absinthe for a while. Like I really wanted to try it, and she was telling me, "I know you. I know your taste. You're gonna hate it."
sucks.
You
It's
know.
hard,
fucking
strong
hate it.
licorice.
Yeah, that was the thing.
I
Like
love
I don't like
licorice.
licorice,
Yeah.
so
I love licorice.
I love licorice too. I just don't like licorice flavored things.
See, I don't
Okay.
like licorice, but I do like.
But what if it actually has licorice in it?
absinthe?
Well, they do. But it's
So
like
it's
a
not
tincture.
licorice
So like
flavored,
like
it's just
sambuca. I
licorice.
like sambuca in coffee.
On
but I would
its
ne-
own, it's very.
But I
very
would never
sweet.
do just sambuca.
that's an old guinea
Yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Doing shots of that. That's you know.
Yes.
Or grappa. You ever have grappa?
Yeah, I've made grappa.
Ooh.
Jägermeister was made by this guy named Kurt Mast in Germany in the early 1900s, and it was basically he liked spirits and liquors, and his father was a vinegar manufacturer and a wine trader, so he had one foot in the business, and he just kind of threw a bunch of shit into a pot and made this stuff. Like it's his own recipe.
He
So
just threw a bunch
Germans
of
and
shit.
their innovation.
Yeah, he just it's like 56 herbs, fruits, roots, and spices, including
56
citrus peel, licorice, anise, poppy seeds, saffron, juniper berries, and ginseng. Those are just
Saffron.
only
That
to
was
name a
Juniper
few.
berries.
He was drunk when he made that.
Absolutely drunk.
It's like
absolutely.
burning
Nine,
frozen
it will
pizza
be
in the
good.
oven.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
My grandfather's work was doo-doo.
That's my favorite movie.
Thank you. Thank you. You got the. Some people look at me. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "You've never seen Young Frankenstein."
That is
Jesus
my
Christ.
favorite movie.
Nice
Really?
knockers. Oh, thank you, doctor.
Oh man,
So,
I'm
I
gonna
couldn't
get stuck in a
get
loop
into
with
it.
this in a
Yeah.
minute.
I could not get into it. Now Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I
on
hate
the
that
other
goddamn
hand,
movie. I hate
hates
that
it.
goddamn
I love
movie.
it.
Men in Hood. Men in Hood.
Men in Hood Robin.
Men in Knights in Tights. I hate that. It's so bad. The only part that's funny is when they're in the woods and Mel Brooks is the rabbi and they're like, "We're men in tights." Fagelas? That's like probably the only line that's funny. I don't know. I don't like it. It's I tried
Just
watching
because
it.
you
with
guys
her.
don't understand Mel Brooks.
Oh, I understand Mel Brooks very well.
I don't think you do because you don't like Men in Tights.
Dead and Loving It was awful too. Dracula, Dead and Loving It was fucking terrible.
I've never seen that one. I don't know what you're talking about.
I legit
I've never
walked.
heard of that movie.
I legit walked
Doesn't
out of the
exist.
theater.
I have not seen that.
No, I've seen chunks of it. It's
It's bad,
a rough
man.
watch.
Yeah, it really is. I walked out. I didn't even
Oh,
stay.
you
I
did?
walked out. I've never done that. But it's the only time I think of in my life I've ever walked out of the theater. I was like, wow, this is fucking terrible.
I can't think of a fucking
love
Mel
Men
Brooks
in
movie that I don't like.
Men in Tights was awesome. Come on.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a really funny movie.
I am a Jew, son of us knees.
No.
I'm trying to think of a movie that I don't like from Mel Brooks. I don't think there is one.
Silent movie is a hard watch if you're not really into his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really got to be into slapstick and like old school comedy, old school Hollywood comedy to really enjoy that one. But it's not.
And it's one of those
painful.
ones where that must have been a big pitch.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Just be like, we're gonna make a silent movie. We're gonna call it Silent Movie.
Yeah.
What?
The hell was the one where they're like they run like a theater troupe in like Poland in the 1940s.
Oh,
what the hell is that one?
To Be or Not to Be.
Yeah,
that's
we watched that
hysterical.
one. It's a really good one. Brooke and
I
I
don't know
watched
if I've
that like
seen
a
that
year
one.
ago for the first time. It
Yes,
was
To Be or
pretty
Not
good.
to Be. That's a very funny one too. He's like supposed to be like a Shakespeare what's the
Shakespearean actor.
right, but like from London and all that. And he's
Yeah.
but he keeps forgetting his lines.
Yeah.
And the guys in the wings and he's telling them, like to be or not to be. And he steps on the guy's hand and stuff. It's it's got that Mel Brooks vibe to it.
It's dumb as shit, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it is actually kind of funny.
It's an old movie. So this
Concentration Camp Erhardt? Yes, I remember. Yeah, now I remember. Yes. Is the Führer's coming? Yeah.
we're gonna drink this whole bottle of eggnog. And
Did
then
you know that Mel Brooks
throw up
during
everywhere?
his job in World War II was psyops, psychological operations?
What?
Yeah, Mel Brooks in World War II, his job was they would do different recordings of and they would broadcast it over loudspeakers to the German lines. Quit, join the Americans, surrender, we'll treat you well. And they did psychological ops, like dropping pamphlets over the enemy lines, quit the German army and we'll take care of you, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Psychological ops.
So
Yeah.
he was like the ground floor of the Men Who Stare at Goats.
It's a good Christmas gift.
No.
No, that was
Thanks for pulling me back.
that was hokey new age stuff. Men Who Stare at Goats. That was hokey new age. Like we're gonna use psychic warriors to destroy the Russians.
Yeah, didn't work out.
Nah. Well, who knows? So far as we know.
Yeah. I want to. Have you guys? I got the message from you before about the Crocs, the Kanye shoes.
Oh God. Yeah.
I
I don't know if that's real or fake. I did not do any research. Yeah,
it's
a
totally
real thing.
real. Yeah. There's a fucking New York Times article right here.
Oh, please don't.
Kanye West is making Crocs.
No, he's made Crocs look good.
No one can make Crocs look good.
Oh, he did.
Oh wait, hold on. An unofficial social media account. I didn't
Yeah,
read
this
that
might
one.
be totally fake. I don't know.
But yeah, this is what they look like.
Ew.
They're basically like a stylized Croc. It looks like
It looks like an inccomplete sneaker.
It looks like Crocs.
They
mixed
look
with
like
something
space
from Species
foot
2.
marshmallows.
yeah. So like
Marshmallows.
and even with
basketball shoes nowadays.
And these would
are pretty
absolutely
fucking
not be
wacky
safe
looking.
to
No, they
wear
look
on
like-
a motorcycle.
no.
They look like spacecraft marshmallows for feet.
And with all that ventilation, it still looks like it's going to make your feet stink.
I'm wondering if it's just all. Yeah, it could be just complete.
It could just be
bullshit, but-
completely fake. But I've seen enough professional pictures that it's definitely was something.
Prototype.
Yeah.
It's like a foam shoe.
And Bosch, you're actually wearing Crocs this evening.
I
aren't
am.
you? Yes.
Here. Let's see.
Yeah, and here's a meme that shows Crocs and somebody clicking upgrade. And then it goes to, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, it's a little.
Unless you're a chef or a registered nurse, you should not be wearing Crocs.
Why, they're comfortable. They're around the house.
Oh my God.
Super comfortable. One of the guys at work wears Crocs.
So that
Ryan
so
Sullivan.
That makes it legal.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
He
that-
seems like the type of person that would
He
wear
wears them
Crocs.
everywhere. You wore them at the party.
Yeah.
Do you
Halloween party.
Do you
He was
add
dressed like a Teletubby.
Do you
He was
add
that guy.
flair to your Crocs like some people do with little bedazzlers
no,
and
no.
Well, I wouldn't mess with him.
gemstones?
Nah.
He
No?
can wear
I'm not
Crocs
there.
if he wants to.
Yeah. Did you guys meet Tinky Winky
I did.
at the party?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
He
was quite
fell
a
in-
party, by the way.
He fell in. Thank you. He fell in my bathtub and pulled the
That
shower
night?
curtain down and everything like that. Oh yeah.
Like, wasn't that a shower curtain that your wife made?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, boy.
It's there's
So he changed from
barber
Tinky
shop.
Winky to Tipsy.
Tipsy Whipsy.
Tipsy
Tipsy Whipsy.
Whipsy.
Write that down.
Yeah, I came around the corner to see what the fuck this noise was. I was in the kitchen. I hear
Yeah.
this boof, the whole house shakes. I come out of the kitchen, I see his friend Heather run into the room to take care of him, and then I come around that corner and I look into the bathroom and I see that the shower curtain's down and I see his Crocs in the air, like both of his feet in the air with his Crocs. He was so embarrassed.
Like
but
some sort of
nothing got damaged.
millennial reboot of the Wizard of Oz.
yeah, he was.
Someone's gonna drop a shower curtain on your Crocs.
He was a mess, but it was fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. How'd the shower curtain do?
That's good.
Shower curtain is totally fine. It's the inner shower curtain, that plastic one that like got ripped a little bit, and the fake one, the decoration one got a little chewed up, but it's fine. Like everything else is fine. It could have been so much worse.
So
it could have been
He could have died.
or he could have pissed in my closet like
Yeah.
what Rusty did.
Yeah, it breaks
My-
the terrarium.
my
and
brother-in-law.
pisses in a closet.
I was gonna say now you're gonna have to explain this one. Because
So the first Halloween party that we had here, my brother-in-law got really trashed, really trashed, and he went into the spare bedroom, and Brooke had a terrarium at that point. I don't know why she had a terrarium. She just did. I think she got it as a gift. And again, I wasn't there for this. This is all Brooke's story. She said she heard a noise similar to the noise I heard. And she goes in, she finds him like sprawled out on the floor, the terrarium broken into a million pieces, and he's bleeding from some sort of cut. So they try and patch him up. He's so trashed. They're trying to clean up the thing, and as she's cleaning up in the room, she all of a sudden hears like water trickling. She turns around, and he's smiling with his eyes closed, pissing in the fucking in the closet. So.
Wow.
Yeah, things like when we throw parties like that, we just expect something to get fucked up in some way now.
You guys get lucky, huh?
I've been out of my head more times than I can count, but I have never pissed in someone's closet by accident.
No, I always end up making
I-
myself look like an idiot.
I always end up peeing outside for some reason.
Yeah.
You're like, this seems easier.
As a guy, that's kind of like our God-given right to just.
No, but that's how Monica and Joe know I'm drunk. I'm peeing outside.
Oh, you just fucking pee outside?
I'll just go pee outside.
I'm gonna go pee. At
Okay.
home, it's like I'm gonna go pee on the compost.
Yeah.
It's good for the compost.
Yeah. That's
I just don't want to be hovering over compost in the dark trying to
warm.
pee. It's like a heated seat.
It's a nice steamy mist coming off of it,
Yeah, I've never been that fucking annihilated where
I've never pissed myself.
I've gotten
either.
pictures from your wife of you asleep, like when you fall on a bed, but your knees meet the edge of the bed, so
Right.
your legs stick straight out. I've gotten a picture of him with his pants fully around his ankles and him laying face first on the bed like that because he went in to change.
Are you an Irish
and then just
goodnighter?
went.
For the longest time, no, but I found the subtlety of it, and I found like it's very useful. I like it. I think the Irish Goodnight is a great thing.
As long as you don't have friends that like Sharpies. Because that could
well,
be an issue.
well,
Then you'll look like a modern rapper.
But if
He
I'm
used to try and hang in there, and then he'd wake up with fucking like peanut butter in his hair and fucking shit drawn on his face.
That's the thing. Like, I try to hang in. I'd be I try to hang in. I get fucked. I get way too fucked up when I should have just snuck off to bed and maybe not getting fucked with. If I'm gonna get drunk and pass out in the middle of the living room with everybody around, I'm
fair
I'm a
game.
target. It's fair game. I understand that. I wouldn't have been pissed.
It hasn't happened in like 10 years. At
Yeah,
least,
it's been a long time.
You're quite the Irish.
Which Magromania is it? Irish Goodnight. Was it the second one, the third one?
Second and third.
Oh. Well, which was the one? Like I literally went to I passed out and then I woke up around like 2 o'clock in the morning and came back down to a standing.
Well, there's been
ovation.
several Magro. Yeah, she really did.
I came back outside and everyone was like, "Yeah!"
And
like
our friend Nicole went shots.
No, Courtney.
Courtney.
She was like shots, and everyone was like, "Yeah."
There was a bunch of
That was
Magromanias
hysterical.
that we had, and then there was the 2 that we had with bands. So that would be Magromania 1 and 2, and 1 was the one where you came back. 2, you didn't make it back. That was the Possum Kingdom incident.
One we didn't.
The
have.
Possum Kingdom incident? Oh, yes, please.
Well, I call them 1 and 2 with the bands. You know what I'm saying?
the
So
first
like,
and second
the
one
first
with
one
the
you came back. The second one was the Possum Kingdom incident.
Oh yeah, forget it. Yeah, that was like, "Do you want to die?"
Oh.
She got really bombed and then tried to play a couple of songs with Marek.
Yeah. Oh man.
It was prior to Plaid Nation.
Please.
It was just you and Marek had just
Yes.
started.
Darth Marek, show some respect.
Oh,
Darth
yeah,
Marek.
Darth.
You're right. I'm sorry. My bad. And they made it through 1 or 2 songs, and then she was yelling at everyone because no one was paying attention because everybody at that point was so fucked up.
Yeah. I was
the spotlight.
Yeah. It was.
on me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
attention.
Fucked
I'm
up.
trying to sing
It was a Judy. It was a Judy Garland. It was like a Judy Garland on
Yes, it
stage
was.
moment. Like, don't you know I'm an icon? It was
Yes.
one of those kind of things. So.
Yeah.
And I went to go say honey, and then everybody said no, just
let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Yes.
She'll cut you. You know what I mean? Like, she had a gun in her hand. It was bad. It was awful.
There's those very rare
It
occasions.
happens. We've all been there.
But it's like, to me, I feel like it's better than going, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. Oh, fuck you, this and that. Or it sucks, it kind of brings the party down. Everybody's like, yeah, I should get going too, this and that. I don't want to put ideas in people's heads. So I just kind of tap her.
Slip away.
I tap her on the shoulder and I give her the old,
I'm gonna go throw up in the bed.
I just point. I point at the stairs and I just give her kind of like a little like finger wave and then I'm out of here. And then I go upstairs. I wake up the next morning and how
was the rest of it?
How was the rest of it? Yeah. Oh, they stayed for like an extra hour.
Yeah.
When you disappear, people are like, oh, what? Oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
I've had moments.
No, but you're right. If you say something, then
Yeah,
people
you
are
kinda
more
like-
likely
It's like
to,
the
"All
wave
right,
at school.
Yeah.
The
it
first
really-
person to like zip up their backpack, and then everybody's like, "We're fucking leaving. Let's leave."
Yeah. The hive mentality has begun. Yeah. No, it's true. It is true.
So there's but you can't just like stand up abruptly and storm out of the room. You got to kind of like stand up, clean up a plate, fix another like half drink, mill around the place a little bit,
I don't
act
know.
like you're going to the bathroom.
No, fuck that.
And
Get
then
up and just tell everybody,
and then-
fuck you, I'm going to bed.
Nah.
And just get up,
I don't even do it. I sneak off quietly, stealthily.
She does. She's very good at it, like a ninja. I mean, like all of a sudden there's just, where's Nicole? Oh, I know where she is.
It's a very
Oh, wait. The second Magromania, you actually fell asleep with an unlit cigarette.
That's right.
In your hand. And I'm looking at her in the bed. I'm making sure she's okay. All right, she's not going to choke on anything. And then, is that a fucking cigarette? Like, thank God you didn't light it.
Passed out like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like a swan dive. It was just like,
My brother passed out from.
That's how you know, like,
That's it.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
pass out and your arms are down.
I intended to do this, but it didn't happen.
When I went to see Rammstein a couple years ago. I went with my brother, and he doesn't drink a whole lot. But when we first got there, I'm like, all right, we're getting a couple drinks each, and then we're going to our seats.
Well, yeah, because then you don't want to get back up, so you're
Yeah.
gonna like double fist it.
Yeah. It was like a fucking flood getting in that place. It was it was crazy. People were running around all over. So I find just a booth near our seats because it's Jones Beach Stadium. So I go up. I'm like, oh sweet, I'm gonna get a couple gin and tonics, and all of a sudden I hear. I hear my brother behind me go, Strawberryta! Fuck yeah! Those Bud Light Strawberrytas in the big ass cans.
Oh my god!
He got like 3 of them.
I want to
And he's
drink
like-
with your brother immediately.
he's just like-
Get him on the phone.
But
Get
he's
him
like
over
not
here.
that guy. He's like he's kind of
Right.
he's big. He's kind of scary. He's got that like mean mug kind of.
But he's a
He's a
lightweight
hard
'cause
son of
he
a
doesn't
bitch.
drink.
But he doesn't drink very much. And when he sees something sweet and sugary and full of alcohol, it's like his favorite thing in the fucking world. So he got like 3 of them.
Oh my god.
And we got a couple drinks each. And on the way home, it was the concert was long. They played for a couple hours. And on the ride home, I'm driving, and I keep a towel, just a regular, just white towel in my car. It's just, I don't know. My dad always did it. I always do. So
Yeah.
he was
You
sitting.
know where your towel is.
He was sitting on. Yeah, exactly. He was sitting where.
Jerk towel.
He was sitting in the passenger seat. I'm
Hitchhiker's
just
Guide to the Galaxy.
I'm just driving. I know, like I can see at the corner of my eye, he's falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then a little time goes by, and all of a sudden I go, "Is something fucking burning?"
Oh,
And I start freaking out, like, "Holy shit! Is the car? Is something in the car?" I turn on the vents, and I'm like opening the window. I lean over,
Especially when you're driving.
and my brother is like just chin in his chest, holding, and he's got his one hand is on the armrest of the door, and the other hand is like in between his legs, and I go, "Oh, and I start slapping his hand, and all of a sudden a lit cigarette kind of flies up out of his hand, like straight up in the air and right back down into his lap, and I go, "Ah!" And I'm just hitting him. He's like, "What? I'm like, the cigarette. Oh fuck. It was like a hole like like 2 inches round.
Wow.
It burned into this fucking towel because he had just fallen asleep with a lit cigarette. I'm like, "Dude, do you do that a lot?" He goes, "Nah, it's been a while."
Does he buy his cigarettes on the internet? Because
know.
they don't do that anymore in New York.
Yeah, that's right. They burn out quick.
Yeah.
No.
If you're not taking a drag every 60 seconds, that fucker goes right out.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but he burned a hole. It was like that big in my fucking in this towel.
You reminded me of a story.
I've
He
never
coulda
like
lit
but
the
like how could
cigarette and fallen out real quick.
Yeah.
Because
The
like,
cherry fell
when you're
off, you
drunk,
know?
you're like,
Yeah, well, like he wasn't even that trashed. He just had a couple. He's a heavy
have a
sleeper
doggy
anyway, and he just. But that kind of sleeping where you're completely vertical, and you just nod your head down, and your head's just like in your chest, and you're holding something. Like it wasn't like he didn't drop it; it was in his hand.
But it was just
It was
burning.
just like this, and
But it was
just
sitting
against
burning,
the friggin' thing. So I don't know.
Let that
I
be a
could
lesson
never
to you.
do
Buy a
that.
car with leather seats. You know?
Well,
Or don't smoke.
Many moons ago, I was hanging out with a friend of mine,
Nonsense.
and we were smoking some herbal refreshment. And you remember the thing called the
Clove
you remember
cigarettes?
Bajas?
Right, remember
that pullover hoodie thing, but it was like woven. We used to
Yeah,
call
you
them.
can still buy them in gas stations.
Yeah.
in, like,
You
Yeah.
look like you look. It
Pennsylvania.
makes you look like a human hacky sack.
Yeah.
You know, you buy them at a Dave Matthews show for like $90 now, but back then,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got them. It was like what you wore when you were a
No, you can
dirty
still
stoner.
Get, you
yeah.
can still get them at truck stops.
I'm
Like if you're
sure.
driving to
You
Florida,
can.
you'll see
Yeah.
them everywhere.
It comes with meth in the pocket
Yeah.
too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're smoking away, and now we're high.
Meth.
We're high as fuck. And then I look and I go, "Dude," and he goes, "What?" And it was like, you ever see the special effects when the planet gets hit by a meteor and that thing it starts burning? So he must have gotten the cherry of the joint on his Baja, and it started burning, and the hole was going like this,
it's like wolves.
rapidly going like this. And I was like, "Dude, you're fucking!" And he was like, and he ended up having a hole like this in it. But it literally, and maybe because I was high too, but it literally went like it was like Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan when they launch that thing at the planet, it goes like this. I was like. Because at first I was like, "Wow, that's cool." No, dude, you're on fire. Wow, because when you're high, everything is like.
So this is, I'm guessing this was like the 90s probably.
89, 90 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was made out of some like
burlap. Yeah.
heavily, you probably mixed with some heavily synthetic fibers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We probably tried to smoke it after that because it smelled good. I don't even know what happened after that. But
happened to me with the candle at your house. Drinking
Oh, you
tequila.
lit your fucking sleeve on fire.
We were
my
doing
God.
shots of tequila at his bar, at his parents' bar, downstairs, and
are so cute.
I had this really nice shirt. I really liked it. It was just like very fine corduroy. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It was like a super
that dad shirt
dark
that
blue.
I made you keep.
You can never sneak up on anybody with corduroy. Here he comes.
And all of a sudden, I felt my arm just feel hot. I'm like, man, it's hot in here. And I looked down, and it's fucking
hot.
on fire. My whole
I feel like
bicep was
I feel
on
like
fire.
that's on video somewhere too.
I know the aftermath was
Yeah.
on video. I just
Maybe
don't
that's
remember
what I'm
if
thinking of.
it's
Yeah.
actually
The
on
aftermath.
video. Yeah,
I am very loud. I know.
that was pretty fucking.
I'm Italian. We don't
all
yell.
right.
We
It's
just
not loud.
No, she said,
Maybe
"Don't
I'm
get so
loud.
close to the mic. You're very loud." I'm like, I'm loud in general. I'm loud from 90 feet out. I'm like, oh, there's Nick.
No,
you know?
but that's better.
we didn't
I
do
can't-
the what are you drinking sounder, right?
Do you want to take a break and then we'll come back?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break.
I want to take a break.
I
We'll
just
regroup.
Sure.
I
I
tried
have
the
to
bidet.
pee.
It was nice.
Have you guys
Yeah.
tried the bidet?
We have two.
Oh, you have to.
Not yours,
do.
but I.
Oh, all right. Well, it's fine if you have one. You
We know what it's all about.
Getting a
you got a good one. What do you got? A Cadillac? What do you got?
we have the
Toyota?
let's-
we
I
have the
guess-
Chevy Aveo.
Yeah, it's the.
You know,
apparently
it's
it's
like
the Asian
it's
style. so-
economical, but it works.
Yeah, yeah.
You
The
know.
Chevy Aveo of bidets.
Yes.
Before we take a break, do you want me to tell you my bidet story from like a long time ago?
Yeah, sure.
So I was at
Is this a really long story?
no, real quick.
Okay, because I have to pee.
I was
That's
at a
why
hotel.
suggested
I was
the
at a
break.
hotel in Chicago,
Mhm.
and I go to use the bathroom, and there's two toilets. And I have no idea what this. I'm like, wow, there's two toilets. Okay, and one of them is really big, and it's very, oval. It's a bidet. But I don't know what a bidet. I have no idea what a bidet is. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, those are
Sheltered
old
existence up until
school
this point.
European bidets.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I got to take a shit. So I'm like, I guess it's just a bigger toilet. So I shit in a bidet. And then I went to flush it, and it just all of a sudden it was a log flume, and I was really being amused
Oh
by the fact
no!
the house. I'm like, why isn't it going down? And
Where
it's
was
just,
this?
Some hotel in Chicago, like a Days Inn in Chicago or something.
Oh no! What'd
Yeah.
you do with it?
What I do with what? The hotel?
The log.
The log? I left it there. Clearly, that's
I
something you have to blame on somebody else. you don't
I
take
guarantee
You
that
take credit
the
for that
fucking
on a.
maid there has to do that once a week.
You take credit for that on a radio show 25 years later.
She's gonna
They
come.
should put a sign on it. Please don't shit in here.
Please
I
don't
had no
judge
idea
me.
what it was. I'm
I'm
like,
sure they did after that.
Yeah.
and somebody said to me, "No, that's for freshening up." I'm like, "Freshening up what?" I have no idea. Like, I know.
It's for it's for getting your asshole sparkly clean.
But now having learned the proper usage,
Yeah.
it's a game changer.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely a game changer.
It's ridiculous.
When you take a shower, you're gonna go out, but then all of a sudden, damn, I gotta take a shit. And then you take one of those shits where it's like, now I got to take a shower again. But not with a bidet.
Nope.
It's magic. It really is.
It really is great. And taking a shit at work sucks because you got to wait all day to get back home to your bidet.
At the Crafted Cup at 44 in Poughkeepsie.
But you can look at yourself in a mirror there.
That is true.
Yeah, if you go in the front bathroom, you can look at yourself.
I hate looking.
I
I
have
hate
a-
looking at myself in a mirror when I'm shitting.
I have
It's
a
very
picture of
self-conscious.
I have a picture of myself shitting in that bathroom, like
Yeah,
a,
you
a
sent it
mirror
to me.
selfie. I sent it to you. Oh.
You sent it to a lot of people. I have it too.
It's on the Pitch Black Sunrise.
Yeah.
It's on the new
Facebook
T-shirt.
Finding its
No.
way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's well, speaking of Pitch Black, let me see if I can cue that shit up. Oh wait, I think I took it off. I did. I took it off the rotation
copyrights.
because of the copyrights.
Really? You
Uh-huh.
guys are getting.
We keep getting dinged, man. I can't help it.
Next time, call me or message me. I'll straighten it out.
We're gonna have to listen to stupid fucking Logan Callahan again. If
Aw,
we're-
man.
Wow.
That was me.
Oh, they won't let you play Rites of Spring as a
No,
segue anymore.
Nah.
It'll let us play it, but here I've got all I have is the Rites of Spring on my computer.
Oh, I have it all.
Oh, I've
Hold
got
on.
their album. Do you want me to play?
I got the album. Hold on, I'll just play it.
Okay.
There you go. How about that?
You're allowed. The boss says so.
There you go. See. I know these
All
guys.
right.
This isn't Logan Callahan.
All right, kids.
Break
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, then regroup, and come back and chit-chat some more.
Watching and waiting, I stand outside myself. Like rolling
impatient and impetuous game. Woke up to a scream of broken dreams, a pitch black sunrise in my sky. Wounded droplets of a martyr's tears, bathe my blood, my bloodshot eyes. I don't receive, death is tough, but still I bleed. When it's gone, but yet I breathe the rites of spring
Hey, this is Vinny from the band Sponge, and you're listening to Dead Radio Podcast.
All right.
You guys didn't know about that?
I just swing that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't know about
Yeah,
that?
we
I've never heard that sound
Ah.
clip before.
Yeah, we interviewed Sponge.
Vinny and his tiny little mouth.
I'll have to go back and
Guy's got a really tiny
go
mouth.
back on our
I
YouTube.
have to.
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
check that one out. I
They
didn't see that
they
one.
let me record on stage, like
That's
video and
awesome.
stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
badass,
it
man.
was really cool.
That is
It was
badass.
so cool.
I did so well at the interview.
No,
The
we
interview's
did not.
terrible.
I
Do
was
not listen to it.
really good.
There were a couple of points where I was like, okay, well, let's move on, and you should stop talking.
I just was like, I don't know where I was.
You
I
know,
was-
not because I'm on the
It
show,
happens.
but honestly, I would love to see you guys get to a syndicated platform, an XM platform type of thing. You know, because I mean, it's a great.
nah, fuck that shit. I don't want that.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean.
No, actually,
you know?
I found a clip from that interview.
No,
actually,
You know what I
fucking with
mean.
you.
Like,
No, I've got a clip from that interview.
Yeah,
Well, when we get
Ah,
back,
yeah.
I swear to God, the people who listen to this show, they need to if you're if you're just listening to this episode for the this is the first episode out of all of our episodes that you started listening to.
That's more or less like, 20, 30 minutes of me doing
he
that.
was. If I didn't stop him a couple of times, he'd been like, "Well, and also I love you as a person, and do you want to move in with me?"
so fucking stupid. I don't know what happened.
You just
Whatever.
fangirled.
Yeah,
Sometimes when you meet somebody that you really dig their stuff, it turns you into a babbling prick. It happens,
Yeah.
and I've done it.
And all
I'm a babbling prick all the time, but generally speaking.
Yeah, and they're a touring band. They got a shitload of fans and everything like that. And I was just like, "Fuck, maybe, hopefully, we get." It was a little bit of pressure to do well, and I failed. What are you gonna do? You dropped the ball. Fucking pick it.
It was
up.
good.
Did you wanna talk about Tom Segura?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that
I
was
do
great.
want to say that.
Yeah.
I do want to see that. Real quick before during the break, I farted and no one noticed, so it's not that bad yet. But I will say it is 30. It was 35 minutes from when I took my first sip of eggnog. So it smells good down here. So I guess
Cool.
We didn't
Not-
know. Did you notice? I didn't notice.
At one point, I was wondering when the dogs came down.
Nope, that was me.
Oh.
Well, all right, but that's good timing though.
But it's all right because I have a nose like a bloodhound, though. It's a blessing and a curse, mostly a curse.
We got his. You got the vape thing here. You got his douche flute.
What do you
have
vape?
the-
Yes.
What do you? Yeah. What are you vaping?
So this is actually tobacco. It says tobacco, and it tastes like a Marlboro Red.
Oh.
And that was it for
Gross.
It doesn't.
I got
Tastes like
tired.
Marlboro Red.
It does not.
Just suck, or is there a button I push?
It tastes like burnt. It tastes like burnt caramel. Doesn't taste like Marlboro.
Oh, that's 48 milligrams of nicotine, so be careful.
Is it? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it 48?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking.
Dude. Cigarettes got me young, bro. I tell you the truth. I like vaping. I really do. I enjoy vaping more than smoking, but there's probably not a single day that goes by that I don't miss having a cigarette. It's really that bad. It was sad.
You gonna throw
It's
up
better.
later?
Fucking nicotine.
You're
Good
awake.
Lord.
Oh, and by the way, you thought you were lactose intolerant before that. Once that nicotine hits your blood,
Oh yeah,
that's
man.
it for you.
Woo! Guess that's fucking dizzying.
It keeps
dude.
me out of the pool hall, so you know.
Christ. Yeah, my brother was talking about before. Yeah, he borrowed he got vape juice from this guy I know, who got addicted
The
to
guy
vaping.
we know? No.
No.
The guy I know. His
Not
name's
talking
Carl.
about
Crazy.
Okay.
I call him Carly Redface because
Not
his
the
face
cool
is
guy that
always
we
red.
know. Okay.
No. Oh no. No, not Mr. G. He was a smoker. Did the vaping thing, and then started doing like 40 milligrams, such like custom nicotine levels in his stuff, and he finally had to get rid of it because it was just wailing through him. Now he just smokes straight Marlboro Reds. He just came full circle.
I like these because I couldn't. The whole modding and coils and cottons, dude. I
Kyle's got
don't
that,
I
yeah,
don't
my
I don't
brother.
want
I
to have
just
a
want to get
cigarette.
fucking high on
Right,
nicotine.
exactly. I don't have the time.
Give
to
it.
be
Give it. Give it. Give it now. Give it
Pretty
to
much.
me.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of them
Well,
leak.
I started with those, and he was still
She
with
turned me on to
those
this, so, yeah.
jammies, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
be
they would
bothered
leak.
With this.
You know, like I take it to work, it would leak in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't be.
I like the fact that those are so easy.
Okay,
you
it
charge
leaks in your
them up,
pie.
you're
You
good
smell
for
like a
the
Boston
whole
cream
day.
donut the rest of the day.
They don't leak.
So that
No.
brings me back to when I was a smoker.
Uh-oh.
And you know that fifth pocket that you have in your jeans?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Hell
put your
yeah.
fucking Zippo in
Yep.
there,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes you put it in there upside down. You get a nice chemical burn on your leg
Oh,
from the
shit,
fluid.
Yes. I
I
forgot
I never
about
got as
that.
far as
Yeah.
chemical burn, but I've always I
Yeah,
have
all of a sudden
reached
you'd be
out and
like,
gone,
If
"What
nothing,
the
you
fuck is
smell,
that?"
And then you
smell like
seriously
fuel
you have
oil all
to
day.
you'd
you know?
seriously have to like drop your pants like at work
Mhm.
and wash your leg, wash your jeans. Because
Jerk
that
off.
shit, that shit, it's like fucking pure.
Especially
it's
if
like
you
You're in there that long, you
Yeah,
might
your
as
pants,
well.
your pants are already off. You
it's
might
like,
as well just make
it's
it
like
happen.
putting pure kerosene on your
Or if
fucking
you
leg.
start-
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'd
Well,
have
yeah,
this
I mean, it's
square
lighter
that was the
fluid.
shape of a Zippo burned into your leg for like 2 months.
I used to
And
carry.
then you're like, why do I even do this?
That
Because you
happened-
want to be cool and
Well,
have
you
the
know what?
Zippo, even
it
though it's
happened too many
inconvenient.
times to
Yeah.
me for me to carry a Zippo ever again.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
That would
This is
happen
too
with
much
the
of a pain in
vapes
the
too.
ass.
If you had one that had a push button and it sat in your pocket the wrong way,
Yeah.
next thing you know, it's like, what the fuck? And
It's boiling.
yeah, that happened to me on stage. We were in Long Island.
Oh, I'm on fire. Cool.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a fucking song. I guess my bass was sitting on my, and I had the vape in my pocket. My bass was sitting on it, and it was just like cooking away, and then
smoking.
what the? Yeah, and I'm like, what the
Smoke
fuck?
pouring out of your
Yeah,
crotch.
I look like Ace Frehley, you know. It's just,
Yeah,
it
Flea's,
happens.
Flea's got nothing on you. You know, fire crotch Magro.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Wailing away on his bass.
Oh,
Wailing away
fire
on his bass. What the fuck were we going to talk? Oh, Tom Segura. I really want to know. You got
That
the
was
bikes.
awesome.
You got the bikes
Yeah.
T-shirt, which
Got
is
the Bikes T-shirt only because the Piss on Me Beat Me shirt only came in white. They didn't have black ones.
I love his fucking T-shirts.
Yeah.
I want the 4-stroke gang one.
They didn't have that one. Yeah.
What T-shirt did he talk about making that the police department called him?
Oh, Suwoo.
Oh, Sue. Yeah.
This is going to be in his special, so I'm only going to You haven't been keeping up with the podcast.
No, I
you?
have not.
Okay. So for those that don't know, Suwoo means blood in some other African language.
Oh, okay.
Right? And the Bloods use it as their battle cry. And there was a viral video that they saw of a guy who was saying, he was calling out everyone that was calling him a false blood, that he wasn't really a blood.
Uh-huh.
And he claims that he is. And he said, Suwoo, motherfuckers. And it's become a catchphrase for the show. Now, the problem with that is that this is a blood battle cry. So if you're a white person in LA and you yell Suwoo, you might die. Right? So they came out with shirts that said Suwoo on them. And a couple of hours after they went up for sale, the LAPD gang unit called him and
Someone's
said,
gonna die in your shirt.
said, we can't tell you what to do. I don't want to stress that enough.
This is
What
a
you're
head-
doing is not illegal,
It's a
but you're
heads up.
going to get someone killed. So they pulled all the shirts and gave everyone their money back.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was, yeah.
Yeah. They. Do you guys know who Tom Segura is?
Is he the guy that does the shirts with the kids on them, like the like the children's book, like
No.
you know the one
No.
with Tommy's First Sacrifice and those shirts?
No,
No.
those are really funny.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I got a couple
no.
of those actually.
Tom Segura he's a pretty famous comedian. He's got a podcast with his wife, Christina Pajitsky. It's called Your Mom's House for some reason.
They both have
Yeah.
specials on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's got a couple, and
He's got 3. She has 1.
he's phenomenally funny.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
coming out with a new one. So Ryan got
We'll
us
have
tickets.
to check it out.
Yeah.
Ryan, I assume Ryan and Brooke, his wife,
Yeah.
got us tickets as a wedding present to his show in Kingston.
And I
Cool.
can tell that you picked the seats
I did pick the seat.
because we
Perfect.
had one
Dope,
aisle seat
right?
and
Yeah.
one next to it.
Yeah, because we were like right in the middle, on the floor, on the aisle. So like if
And-
you have to get up and go to the bathroom, you need to be like, excuse me,
Yeah.
excuse me.
There's 6
Yeah.
seats.
See, I would have put you. I would have put you right in the center.
Right in the center,
Yeah, I
right
would've-
up
that's-
front.
Yeah, that-
Nope.
No, he knows Adam.
Yeah.
He
I
knows
know an
we'll have
aisle.
to
No,
get up.
I was just thinking for me. I'm like, if I wanted to, if I was going to this shit, I'd want to be in the center
You-
group.
you wanna
but
be
on
like
the aisle.
You don't want to like you go to a comedy show. He's like gearing up for his special, so you're not going to really get a lot of interaction because he's getting ready to film his hour.
Yeah.
but you don't want to be right up front because then you might be part of the show. And if you got to take a piss, you're definitely going to be part of the show.
Yeah.
So you don't really, you want to be like one section back in the middle on the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go get a beer or go to the bathroom, you can do that. But this was at UPAC, so you can't drink in the theater
I had
anyway.
to chug my wine before I went in there.
So they have all these but they do all these, they watch these viral videos, and they just talk shit about them. And they get these sayings that they
Yeah.
put them on fucking shirts.
So the piss on me, beat me thing, like this guy.
I want one already.
His name is Robert Paul Champagne. And you can look him up. You can look him up. He has a bunch of great videos. But his first video, he was definitely doing drugs, and he wanted a man to come and live with him. And he was saying basically like, I don't care, homeless guys, you're fresh out of jail, you got people that need to live, like you get just come here, you get a lease, a key, you just have to fuck me all the time.
Yeah.
And he goes, piss on me, beat me, try it out.
So now
and that has become a catchphrase for the show. Try it out.
Yeah, try it out. And
Yeah.
piss on me, beat me is now a shirt.
Yeah, so it's just a like somebody just one of their fans just made a shirt of Tom Segura just like smiling with like his beard and just whatever, and it just says "piss on me, beat me."
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the little ribbons, like you get a tattoo with like a heart that says "mom."
Yeah.
And it just says "piss on me, beat me." And honestly, I would have gotten that shirt if it was in any other color but white.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing a white T-shirt.
I'd look it up if my carrier didn't suck.
You know what?
So yeah, so this shirt.
I gotta
is-
wear that.
This,
I gotta
this
wear
is,
that at work.
This one's way more inside because this just says bikes.
Yeah,
like you don't even know this is Tom Segura, but it's from his second special.
I thought you just like bikes.
Second special.
Yeah. So you just they're all on Netflix. You should watch it. So if you don't get the bikes reference, check out Tom Segura. That was not Mostly Stories.
That was
one-
Mostly Stories.
That was Mostly Stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So check out. That's probably his best one. That's the one with the Mike Tyson story.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. That's all.
No, go home, watch it on Netflix. It's fucking
There-
hilarious.
He's fucking hilarious.
We don't have
He really
cable,
is.
so this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So perfect.
You got 3 specials to watch.
All right, awesome.
And you're getting
So-
him on the show at some point.
No.
I don't fucking know.
Why
Like
not?
we didn't even try to get him on the show because
No.
we knew he wouldn't go on
No,
the show. Like
he doesn't even want to
constantly
meet people after the show.
He constantly talks about how he just doesn't.
He
Really
just
like
hates
working with fans.
One of his
Say,
lines.
how do you know if
one
you
of his,
fucking try?
so in his last special, one
Yeah.
of his lines, one of the first lines in the show is like, "Don't you just hate everyone?" Yeah, that guy doesn't. He will never come on the show.
No,
Never. I bet you Christina would.
Christina would.
Yeah, if
because
she
she's a
was-
fucking
if she was
maniac.
local.
But
Yeah, if she
he-
was like doing something in the area.
absolutely. I think that
Yeah.
was that's a definite. Him, no fucking way.
No.
He
no,
does.
he wouldn't talk to us for 15 minutes in the parking lot. But one of the thing, and this isn't in the special, so it's not like a spoiler or anything. But he was just like, so yeah, we're here in Kingston. Whatever. Like I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm not gonna try and do his joke, but his agent's just like, do you want to do a show in Kingston? He's like, Jamaica, yeah. And his agent was like, mm-mm. So I was like, mm-mm. And then they told me what the guarantee was, and I was like, okay. And now we're here. So yeah, he didn't shit on Kingston as bad as Louis C.K. did, though.
No, Louis C.K. beat us up. It was funny though.
Yeah, we saw Louis C.K. What was that, like 7 years ago, 8 years
a
ago?
long time ago.
It was before his
Fall from Grace.
Yeah, it was his last special before everything came out.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That was fucking fantastic.
Yes.
Outstanding.
So he goes,
Outstanding.
we're in the Civic Center, and he's standing on stage, and he goes, this place is kind of a shithole, huh?
This
Looks
place,
around.
this place is really shitty.
Yeah. And he goes, but you know what? Kingston is a lot worse. And then he starts talking shit about Kingston for, it had to be 10 minutes.
Yeah. He fucked us all up.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
hilarious.
You guys Kingston people, right?
What?
Where are you guys? Wait, you're not Kingston, right?
No.
Outside of Kingston?
No.
Saugerties?
Thinking of old Logs Callahan.
Yeah,
you're
where are
thinking
you?
of
No,
where you
like
guys?
Logan's from the North Country.
Where you guys fucking live?
Yeah.
Where do we live?
Yeah.
We live
Yeah,
in
give us your
Hopewell.
address.
Oh, now
Oh, Hopewell.
we're in
Yeah.
we're in
Okay.
Hopewell. Yeah, I thought you meant like originally.
Yeah.
I'm a Yonkers boy, so.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
from
No.
I know.
We're from Yonkers.
I actually met somebody. He's like, "Where you guys from?" I was like, "Hopewell." He's like, "Don't you Hopewell me with that accent?" I'm like, "Yonkers." He's like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, "Fuck you, you piece
Yeah.
of shit."
You know it. The sixth borough of New York City.
Well,
you
for
know?
me, I grew up between, my parents were divorced. I grew up between Staten Island and Yonkers. So the joke is I didn't have to change my accent.
Yeah.
Because they're both so similar.
If you take Yonkers and you cut it out of Westchester and drop it in the water, that's Staten Island. Pretty much. It's urban, suburban with one really fucked up area, just like Yonkers. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how you can live out there.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to go to any of those
Pretty
places.
true.
No,
It's pretty true.
Definitely. I know Yonkers is where you pass through when you're trying to get to the city on the train, and that's about all I know about Yonkers.
Well, somebody at work just put in their notice because she's moving back to the Bronx, and everybody was like, "Why?"
Yonkers was great growing up, though, as a kid, because there was a really hot metal scene in that area when I was young, and a lot of great clubs that we played with bands and stuff. A lot of great places to see bands, and there was a really good metalhead scene at that time. You know, the late '80s,
Wasn't
early
Typo
'90s.
Negative Peter Steele from Yonkers?
No, he's from Brooklyn.
He's
He's Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that's
he's a
right,
Brooklyn
okay.
guy.
Sorry.
They're all from Brooklyn. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're all from Brooklyn in that band. I could be wrong, but, you know, not like there's a lot of...
We were talking about Magromania on the break.
yes.
And you guys want us to do a fucking...
Live from Magromania.
Live
Yes,
Magromania.
absolutely.
The bouncy castle stuff, like, it's gotten crazy,
Well,
huh?
we're going to put you in there with some remote headphones and shit, and you can
I don't
broadcast
know, like,
right
some
from the
about-
fucking bouncy house.
Some about bouncy houses I don't want to go in
I
there.
sprained
What's the
my
matter?
ankle last time.
I think about how many children have thrown up in them.
I think
and
about how
well
old
they
they've
never get
actually been
cleaned.
cleaned.
Yeah.
Feet.
If you
They
think the
probably-
worst thing that you're going to get
You're
is
fucking
children throw up in a bouncy house,
dirty
you have no bouncy house
No, I'm kind of worried
experience.
more about like stuff like MRSA.
Yeah.
Now, that's more
Yeah,
realistic.
there you go.
I
Dirty
always-
fucking kids
Staph
barefoot
infection.
jumping around in that goddamn thing. No.
Yeah, ringworm.
I
you know.
have
Tuberculosis.
germicide, like I have like
not gonna get TB
virucidal, germicidal, like everything cidal wipes.
Sure.
And I would go in there
Yeah.
and
she'll wipe it down.
the entire
Oh, really?
thing
Well, because it's
down.
not just our kids. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
our friends come over with their kids.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want, you know,
And
like
I'm
you
not
said,
talking about Lysol wipes. I'm talking
yeah.
about the
Filthy
stuff
little
straight
urchins.
from the
you
hospital.
Next
get
thing
it
you know,
from
there's
fucking-
15 kids with fucking ringworm
that kills
because
like
they were all in the bouncy house
spores
together.
and
you know?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, you
Because
know what?
I
Well,
don't
that's good
trust
to
that
know.
stuff either.
Yeah,
Not
and I mean,
to-
especially when people are going to be having sex in there later. You
Right.
know, it's gotta-
Exactly.
Or like
On
you
top
know,
of all the
or
feet
if guys are gonna have cockfights, literally.
That actually happened. Yeah. Two of our friends were lured into the bouncy house by two young ladies, and they were like, "Hey, let's take our clothes off." And the girls took just their shirts off, and the guys were like, "Yeah!" And they stripped down naked. The girls giggled, grabbed everybody's clothes, and jumped out of the bouncy house. And now these two idiots
Good.
were in there naked.
That's hilarious.
But then they kept bouncing, and then one of them kneed the other one in the head, and I actually ended up having to use a little crazy glue because
On their
Oh
eye.
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
He was still naked
Opened up
at the
his
time.
eye.
No, I insisted he put something on before he came out. And you know, I'm bleeding.
Fun
I don't give a
time.
fuck. Put some clothes on.
It's just crazy how
Yeah.
barbecue is, propelled into
Our
this whole
barbecues get a
fucking
little out of
thing.
hand.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, it literally Magromania started out as a barbecue to get one of our friends to come up from the Bronx, and then like other friends of ours would come out and like
And it just kept getting
hang,
bigger and
and
bigger.
It kept getting bigger.
And then there's a Facebook page for Magromania, and it continues to get likes. Like every other day, I'll get a thing, and it says, "You have one new like on Magromania."
Got
I'm
more
like,
yeah,
likes
if you
than-
look, like his old drummer Rob has a print shop.
Yeah.
Well, he printed a sticker
For the front of
and
his drum set.
actually, the Magromania. If you go on Facebook and you look at Magromania,
that's the thing that Rob did.
the profile picture
Yeah.
is
Oh,
the
really?
sticker
Yeah, villain from the Talkies.
that he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
was
funny.
Rob. Yeah, he did it for the front of his drum set, and we just kept it. We're gonna get a flag, I think, this year. You know, why not?
It's really.
But yeah, I
it's
want
funny.
you guys to broadcast live from it. We're gonna have a bunch of we'll have a bunch of local bands, friends of ours, play. I want to talk to the guys in Darkside, have them come up and do set up a booth. You know, and if we know any
If
other
they want to.
if they
I
want to,
mean-
yeah, if they know any other vendors that we're talking to between now and then. I mean, it's literally just under a year from now. I mean,
You saw my place for Halloween and everything. Like
Exactly.
That's kind of that's kind of how I'm. relating to you guys in this sense.
And
but,
you guys set it up so well here.
Yeah.
Like
This party was your party was the bomb, man.
like seeing the
I
front
know.
when we came in, we were like, what?
Yeah.
Like-
we had a good time. Oh, and it was
I thought I could have sworn it was a lot bigger. Like, wait, did they have the
yeah.
gate open?
It literally
No,
your
that was
driveway
just
looks half the
garage. I was
size,
like, what?
undecorated. Than
Yeah,
it did
yeah,
that
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
That night it looked like
That
your
was
yard
crazy.
is 5 times the size of what it was. You know.
It was because you had the tent. Like,
So the night of your party, we're on our way home, and we stopped over to see a friend at their house before we went home.
Yep.
And then I'm driving, and we're literally about 3 blocks from the house, and all of a sudden, red and blue lights come on behind me.
Whoa.
Now, I guess anybody that's listening, I was dressed like King Diamond from the band Merciful Fate with the full face paint on and the hat and everything else.
If you click if you go to our
Yeah.
Facebook, there's a picture.
So I'm driving, and it's like, 2 o'clock in the morning?
yeah, and we're both in face.
Yeah, we're both in face paint,
Yeah,
face
sure.
makeup, And so I pull over, got my ID and stuff out and my license, and the cop comes walking over, and he takes one look inside the car, and he looks at me, and he goes, I'm not in the mood for this shit. And he goes, how far? I'm like, I'm 2 blocks down that way. He goes, have a safe night, sir. And that was the end. I'm like,
No joke.
I got to wear face paint more often when I go out. Because, he's literally walked up to the car, and I'm
I mean,
smiling.
he also always slips
Yeah.
his badge behind his license,
But
so
I'm
it's
I'm
like,
smiling when he walks up, and he
okay.
just went like this. And I could hear him go, paperwork. And he was just like, fuck this, go, goodbye. And I mean, I wasn't drunk, and I don't promote drunk driving at all, honestly. But, and I wasn't bombed, But it was just funny
That'd be a
'cause-
good show title.
Yeah.
I don't promote drunk driving at all, honestly.
But I mean, it bears.
Just
You
joking.
have to say
Just
it.
joking.
But and I'm thinking in the back of my head the whole night. I would really get a kick out of getting pulled over right now. And sure enough, ask and ye shall receive.
We Brooke and I got pulled over coming back from the Boo Ball, the WRV Boo Ball
Yeah,
one year
yeah.
when I was working with them at the time, and it was like I think it was Anthony's Pier 9, and we were on our way back up 9W, and she was driving. She hadn't had a drink all night. I was there. She was dressed up as Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter.
She had the hair, the fucking black, dress, and the makeup, the ruby red lipstick. I was dressed up as Sirius Black, and this guy pulls us over. The cop pulls us over, and she's nervous as hell. I can tell. She's like freaking the fuck out already. This gin. Do you want some homemade gin? Okay.
No, he was talking about some rum.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll get that out in a sec.
Finish your story.
She's freaking out. So the guy pulls her out of the car and has her do a sobriety test. And I'm trying to be like, I'm the one drinking. Nope.
If she didn't dance around with the wand and do the sobriety test, then I
But
would have been.
the thing was, like, his partner, he got her out of the car, and his partner started doing the sobriety test. So I think the guy was a rookie because he kept stopped. Like, I was watching him. The guy, the training officer or whatever, would like stop him and like show him how to do the motions.
Yeah, that's when you just. I mean,
and
especially
the entire
if she's
time,
sober,
Brooke's like shaking in her. Like I
Yeah.
could see her her
like
hands.
you can fail a
shake.
sobriety test just by being nervous. Like
Yeah.
you say, no, you need to bring a breathalyzer here right now. I'm not doing any of this.
So I mean, she passed. It was no big
Right.
deal.
My condolences.
So she, and that was pretty much the story. But that fucking when those lights come on, that's some scary shit.
It's
man.
it's exciting. Oh yeah.
But it's a good feeling when you walk away. Well, drive away. When you drive away, being like, yeah,
I beat the
I
man.
am the sober driver.
Adam, you have
I
walked
beat
away.
the man.
Oh, haven't you? Gotten pulled over on your skateboard?
Oh yeah,
You got
I've
pulled
gotten
over on a
pulled
skateboard?
well, yeah, a couple times. Coming from Dutchess, I ran a red light because I pulled up to an intersection on an electric skateboard, looked both ways, and there were no cars, and I was like, I'm not standing here forever, because I would be standing there forever. Like it's not gonna.
really have to stop on one of
You're
those?
supposed to.
It's
a
a
motorized
motorized
vehicle.
I
You're
always
supposed-
wondered
You're supposed
this-
to, but you're supposed to on a bicycle too. But
I
the
always
thing
wondered
is,
about
this is-
people in
this
motorized
was-
wheelchairs.
This was.
Think about it.
This was, it was 9 o'clock at night. I was coming out of Dutchess.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it on the show. It was the fucking. Anyway, no, I'll get to it. So I pulled up to the intersection. Like, yeah, there are crosswalks. Like, I probably realistically should have gotten off the skateboard, walked across the street. that would have been fine. But the thing is, I'm sitting in an intersection. I'm on a motor vehicle. It's legal for me to be there and to ride through it, same as if I were on a bike. But the light is never going to change.
Because it won't.
Because it
see
doesn't
you there.
pick you up. You know what I mean? A car has to be over that big sensor. You know, those squares.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
So I look both ways. Yeah, nobody around. It's 9 o'clock at night. That was like my last night class at Dutchess.
So you didn't get a ticket though, did you?
No. So I pull through the intersection and I go to my car. Like I rode the
Right.
Because Dutchess, as everyone knows, it's uphill both ways all the time. It's fucking terrible.
It is.
It's
So
at the top of a hill.
yeah,
The entire campus.
So I had the electric skateboard, rode down to my car. At the, do you know the campus at
Yeah.
all?
The
Like there's
lot
that
that's
giant hill,
across
and then
from
there's the
Hudson.
lot.
Yeah.
It's a good quarter mile to a half mile walk, and it's downhill at that point. But when I went to class, it's uphill.
Right.
So I took the skateboard. So I get to my car, throw the skateboard in the passenger seat, start the car, and then a cop like whips into the parking lot. Lights on. He's like, "Was that you on the skateboard?"
No.
I was like,
"No, it wasn't."
Well, the skateboard was sitting next to me.
I'm just-
So I was
So
like,
absurd.
"Yeah, why?" And he's like, "Well, you ran a red light." I was like, "Well, it's
Okay, crime
Yeah.
fighter, you got me.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And I'm not anti-cop, but
Serpico
Jesus
over here.
Christ.
So-
Come on, man.
So I was like, "Well, there were no cars or anything." And he was like, "Well, there was, and I was behind you, and this and that." He goes, "Is that thing electric?" And I was like, "Yes."
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
I was just thinking, it's electric. all of a sudden, it's like diddle-loo, diddle-loo.
So I just
And the next
wished-
scene is Adam beat up in a fucking.
So I wish I had said that, but I didn't. I said, "Yeah, it's electric. What the fuck?" And the thing is, like, I knew that the only thing he could get me for was failure to yield to a traffic control device.
I already.
But
On a fucking
yeah.
skateboard? Come
Yep.
on, man.
Yeah,
Like
so
you
I,
said,
but I
it
was
didn't
like, there was
recognize you,
no
like, it never
cars. I was like,
would've-
at that point, it's a malfunction of the traffic light.
It never would have sensed you, so
Yeah,
you would have been
so-
standing there forever unless
so
you decided to get off
that's
of
like
it.
that's seriously like saying that a cyclist
Yeah.
should step off their bicycle, pick it up, and carry it through the crosswalk. And he was like, "Just don't do it again." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna have to. I mean, like it's never gonna change."
That's when you should have just said, "All right."
But
Okay.
he just well, I don't remember exactly what I said. But
Adam,
he was
shut up and just say yes, sir.
He was just I was very respectful, and I know when to not be respectful. That was a time to be respectful. Like he was just trying to be like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I was like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And that was the end of the conversation. That was pretty much the end of it. But that was.
See, if I was
in hindsight, I should have said, "Yes, it is electric."
Boogie, woogie,
Boogie,
woogie.
woogie,
Bitch.
woogie, woogie.
next thing you know, you're getting tased and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, you made the right play there.
You guys want to
Yeah.
taste the best rum on the planet Earth?
Okay,
There you go.
if you insist.
It's already got a leg down because it's white.
You guys.
Ryan knows I got that itch I can't
You
scratch.
said you
so,
like. You
know.
said you like rum. There you go.
I do.
Give it a try.
I have to give it a 6 on clarity. It was quite nice. Yes. All right, cheers.
All right, yeah, there you go.
Here's to swimming
Give it
with
a try.
bow-legged women, Chief.
It's gonna crack me up if they like it.
It's very pungent.
Is this is this
pungent.
Cabo? Is
It's
that why
the-
you
no,
played
it's
Sammy
the
Hagar?
It's the worst rum I've ever had.
How is tequila?
It tastes more like tequila. What the
Yeah.
fuck is it? What is this? What
It's
are you
garbage.
giving me?
It's garbage that I got on some
Smell
island.
it. I just got a waft of it.
Oh. It's the kind of shit you drink. You wake up tomorrow, the dog's pregnant.
Nicole's
You don't
face,
even know what
that's the face
happened.
I was looking for.
It tastes like this wormwood shit that my father-in-law brought over my house like 10 years ago.
It's gross, right?
Yeah.
My father
it's
comes out.
still
Oh, this
there.
is from the islands.
Oh,
I'm like, oh,
nasty.
send it the fuck back. It had fucking leaves in it and shit. I'm like, what are you bringing to my house?
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm gonna get arrested. No, like,
Yeah, we went on a cruise. We're gonna not talk about that.
why did you
Okay.
play the Crystal Gravy song?
It's just the what are you drinking?
Crystal
It's
gravy.
like
You
how
remember that one?
delicious. Yeah, so that was the only rum out
love
of
that
all
one.
of them that I bought on. I bought a bottle of rum at each
Wait,
island.
I have to rinse my mouth.
Yeah, bought a bottle of rum at each island,
That's no good.
and
right?
that was the only one.
Well, this
where
one
we
clearly
couldn't
came
find-
from Long Island.
So that was bought at a supermarket
Mm.
because we couldn't find a distillery on the island.
What was the next?
Or a liquor store.
Or a liquor store.
So you
It
bought
was-
that in the supermarket? Or was
Yeah.
it right next to the sushi? Like,
It's
where'd you
what
fucking
what
get
island's
that?
that from, Bosh?
Martinique.
Martinique. yeah.
Martinique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick,
Yeah.
The
quick
worst
aside. I
place.
have I saved a bookmarked picture of Judge Reinhold from 2019
it's
accidentally.
Supermarket
Why?
rum
I don't
from
know.
Martinique.
It's just there.
That's a terrible place. Never go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Is it?
Don't
It
go on a
sucks.
cruise. Don't ever go on a cruise.
I don't know. We've been dying to. I mean,
We've been dying to try it.
yeah. What? What's the matter with cruises? What happened?
Here's the
Everything.
thing.
Did you see our Halloween costume?
Okay, so
here's the thing.
Okay,
I think
When
so-
you went
We
as your
would
parents, so
love
like,
to
wait.
here's
fuck
the
those
first.
kind of
Here's the
people.
first problem.
Come on, that would be fun for us.
Here's the
That would
first
be.
problem
Can
with
borrow our
cruises.
shirts.
Gastrointestinal diseases.
Okay.
Laryngitis.
How many times have you heard about people getting sick on a cruise? Happens all the fucking time because they're cesspools.
I always assumed it
Right.
was the ocean because most people can't.
No.
Like
no,
I grew up
Oh
on the
my
I
God.
grew up
Think
on the
about it.
water, so I never get
You're
seasick.
in
What
an
is-
enclosed space with
You're in a
thousands
capsule.
of people.
Yeah,
Oh, so
right.
like it's like
You're
jail.
in a-
It's like
you're in a-
tuberculosis and shit.
You're
You're all
essentially,
fu- you're all
essentially
fucking
in
each
a
other.
germ capsule.
No, so
You're all
it's so
touching
it's
everything.
it's neurovirus, laryngitis, all kinds of terrible, terrible things. Right? You got it. You
I
got it
got
because her
laryngitis.
niece went to daycare.
With it, she had a cold when we started, and then she had a cough, and then she gave it to me, and it turned into viral laryngitis.
Oh,
and I
daycares
could
are
not
cesspools.
speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally
So-
could not speak.
Yeah. So there's that. Then there's the fact that the average cruise ship per day pollutes as much as 900,000 cars per day. And when they get down in international waters, they just dump all the garbage in the ocean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How is
Oh,
that
yeah.
even? How is that even allowed?
Because it's
International waters, there's no
You
government.
do whatever
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck you want.
Yeah.
You can eat a
So
man's
as
penis.
soon as they hit international waters, they dump all the garbage out the back
Interesting.
at
Interesting
night,
that you
so
went
no one
there.
can fucking see it. Yeah.
Well,
So
let's
those are
just
those
stop
are the
for a
two
minute.
main reasons. then
I'm still stuck.
The man penis biting.
I'm still
eating
stuck
thing.
on that.
Like Kobayashi. Nah, it's from Step Brother. I watched Step Brothers last night, and it's still
mean,
stuck in
You
my
know,
head.
I still
I
have
almost
yet
watched
to
that
watch
today.
that.
What?
Oh my god!
I know.
It's on
I
Netflix.
know.
It
I
just
am
landed.
so
Yeah.
like.
I laughed at that movie like it was the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
That movie's so fucking
Didn't we?
funny.
I thought we. I've seen it. I thought I watched it with you.
I might have fallen asleep.
You might have.
before we even started watching it.
Might have been the White Claw again. Came out the.
No, no, it was
That was
way
before
before
White Claw.
Way before White Claw was
No laws.
discovered.
Huh?
Wait.
Yeah. So I mean, like
I had a White Claw at
going
work
on a
today.
cruise.
So what you're saying is to stay
Going on
away
a-
from cruises.
I mean, morally, yeah, but certain aspects can be fun. You also need to remember that, like, the ocean is not a stable place.
That's
especially
fine. That won't bother me, but yeah.
well,
I think that there's
so when you're traveling out of
Had a
New
White
York
Claw at
in
my
the
office
winter,
today.
the boat does this for 2 days. So you have like varying amounts of gravity, which is super cool.
See, I like when the water's rough. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
said,
like-
I grew up on the water.
Yeah,
so
it's like
it doesn't.
well, but this,
The
but
water,
you're
see?
dealing with a
water.
boat that has
Yeah, it's not from up
5,000
here.
people on it. It's a gigantic boat. It's not a little boat.
I also possess
So
a
this
moral
thing-
ambiguity.
This thing is raising and
Towards it.
dropping 80, 90 feet as it's going through the waves, right?
That's the fun.
So it's fun as long as you don't get seasick. Because, yeah, there were barf bags everywhere, every stairwell. Almost everybody got seasick.
We would
I
call
got
it
seasick.
when we were on
Yeah.
my father's boat. We would call it laying the chum line.
Mm.
So, but yeah,
Lovely.
Yeah, this was, it
Well-
was, like, it was kind of fun for me.
Chum is
Because
fun.
I didn't get seasick. right?
the first day, like
Remember
after we
SpongeBob? Chum is fun.
left New York, you were like, "You don't look good, but you need to."
were you
eat
turning
some-"
green?
I was at the breakfast table and I was like, "I don't want to eat anything."
Anybody want some
And he was
salt
like-
pork and mayonnaise? Like,
He
you're
was
like,
like, "You
"Yeah,
need to
let's
eat-
do it.
You need to eat something. And then I ate a little bit, and then we went back to the room to grab something before we went out for the day. And we went to the room, and then we were leaving. Halfway down the long ass hallway, I was like, "Give me the fucking room key, 'cause oh, I gotta go vomit.
You
Like,
didn't try?
This is bad.
Did you guys try Dramamine and shit like that or no?
Yeah, you took it.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
it. It didn't work.
Didn't work, huh? Oh, that sucks.
Brooke
Yeah,
has these things that she straps around her wrists, and they
Pressure
push the
points.
pressure point thing.
Yeah.
She says they don't work at all.
Yeah, it's because that's
Thank you for adding that.
yeah, that's it's called a placebo.
Yeah.
That's why they give them to you for free on the cruise ship.
Put this
it
on your
was-
But
wrist.
yet those,
don't
but
get
yet
me
those
wrong, it
copper
was-
armbands really work.
You still
was-
got seasick, but you got scabies from it. So like that's a
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, don't
Gave
get me
you
wrong.
something
It
else
was,
to
it
think
was
about.
fun,
Those,
but
those
I
magnetic
wouldn't do it again.
bracelets.
Oh my god.
That and you get like the unlimited drink package, but they're super stingy about it.
Because they haven't met me.
Because you're out in the open ocean.
But they're like
International waters. I'll
So
fucking
the-
take over the bar.
Yeah.
the trick is, and I've talked about this on the show. The trick is,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this will be every cruise line, but this cruise had Miller Lite, the cans, they and Bud Light and Coors Light with the screw top,
Good God.
right?
Yeah.
Are we at
So-
a Giants game or are we at
so,
a fucking cruise?
but no, here's
Was it
where
the
here's
aluminum
where it's at.
bottles?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, with the
okay.
screw top on it.
Yeah.
So you order your like high-end mixed drink that has 1 shot in it and 12 sugars. And you get that drink, and then you go, and I'll also have, because they'll only give you 2 drinks at a time.
Yeah.
Right? They will not give you more than that. But I will also have a Miller beer.
Yeah.
And then they give it to you, and then you just screw it back on, you put it in your bag. Then you have beers kind of in an unlimited capacity. Because there is
so
a last
every
call.
time you go up, you just get a can.
And then you
put
just
it-
pocket it.
You just put it in the thing.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
He
so
figured
then
that out the first hour.
That's why
Yeah,
it's good
because
having
I was like,
Adam
wait,
around for that stuff.
no, I didn't
Of
figure it out.
course.
I didn't
You
figure it out at first
shifty.
because the first
Oh, the
night,
first day was
the first
in-
night, I was like, I would love to have a beer and watch a movie in the room, but you're not allowed to do that.
What?
You would need to go to the bar and get a mixed drink or whatever, or a pint of beer, because they were like, no, we can't. Like,
There's
you
no
can take
rules
2.
on vacation.
So
What
the
the fuck,
the
man?
first night, I think I got 2 drinks, and then I had to go back out and get 2 more. But it's like I'm on vacation. Like I want to watch some bullshit movie on the TV.
Let me
and
buy
get
a
fucked up.
let me buy a
Yeah.
$20 6-pack at least.
Yeah, but they won't. But it's. I mean, it's all
Oh,
included.
that's-
Now, were you in one of
So
those like?
so then the second day no, it wasn't the second day. It was I also found out that like if you buy booze on an island, they don't let you bring it to the room. So I was like, oh, okay. So
what do you
if
got
I
to do?
want,
Put it in a fucking locker? Like what do you?
no, they take it.
What?
It's customs.
Oh,
Because of U.S.
for God.
Customs,
Oh,
they
yeah,
take it
yeah.
from you, and then you get it back when you get back to the States. So I figured that out. So I was like, oh, this works. So, yeah. You just every time you get a drink, you just get a fucking Miller,
So how do they feel about?
cap it back up.
How do they feel about blow and shit? Like, is that a big issue on the boat, or like I'm just you know?
I mean,
Guarantee you, people got
honestly,
drugs on
the
there.
I haven't seen any drug dogs.
like the there were no dogs for sure. You went through an X-ray, but it's not like getting on a plane. Like you don't go through like the scanner machine because those were definitely a thing.
I was allowed to bring my pocket knife.
Yeah, you
Because
could
I was
bring-
like, they
yeah.
were gonna take it, and I was
So-
like, but I went on the website, and it's smaller than my palm.
I was able to bring
Right.
this.
In case this
That was totally fine.
In case of pirates.
Yeah.
Clearly-
well, no.
clearly.
We're
I
on a
mean, like,
ship.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
what if
know.
we get shipwrecked?
What if we get shipwrecked? I'm gonna have to skin a monkey or something.
Yeah,
you know,
I
like
need
and
a
survive.
Knife.
You
I
know,
need a
like-
knife and 7 ways to make fire. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
to
but yeah,
stab a
like we
coconut.
we
A
were
stab
allowed
a
to
coconut.
allowed to bring knives, stuff like that. Obviously, you can't bring a gun and
think
drones. You can't bring a drone.
I wonder if
Don't
there's
allow
like
it.
drug dealers like specifically do just cruises.
Probably.
You don't think so?
Maybe
That's a good gig.
if you could strap it all to your person,
Uh-huh.
you could definitely get away with it.
Or just start 420
Because-
cruise lines.
Because they
There is that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah.
There is one. It's like 311 does it every year. It's like the 311 cruise or something like that. It's basically just a fucking weed fest in the ocean and 311 music, which doesn't sound all that great.
That would ruin. That would ruin the,
Everything?
every
experience
I
that
can't.
you
I
have?
fucking hate 311, dude. Oh my god. Oh.
But yeah, that's a good gig, man. You smuggle it on, and then you're like the drug guy. And you're in
Well,
international
yeah.
waters, so they can't really. Can they do anything? at
Yeah,
that
they'll kick you out on the first island.
Yeah, we call
And
that
you'll
we
be
call that
stranded.
prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
All right. So,
okay, so
so
wait,
be
wait,
discreet
wait.
about it.
So you're talking about so
you're a guy. You're a
Yeah.
guest.
so
On the
so okay. it's going to really depend on the cruise.
Yeah.
And I really think that the
I'm not
type,
talking weed. You can't
No,
sell
the
weed
type
in
of cruise that it's going to be is going to dictate the amount of security
Right.
that there is. So the cruise that we were on, everyone was 40 and up.
Right.
Everyone.
So that's you got to bring. What if?
But then, like
40-year-olds do?
2-3 weeks later, when
Was
it's
that
like
enjoyable?
Tread lightly.
What
no,
kind of drugs?
No.
Oh, so you bring
No.
pills? That's like a pill crowd.
Well,
right?
what
Yeah,
I'm,
that's
what
the
I'm
like.
trying
That's
to
the
say
like.
is,
Oh my god, I
What,
can't
what,
even.
gabapentin and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
antihypertensive.
But the thing is,
Black
but the thing
beauties,
is, what are you
couple
gonna
poppers.
do? You're gonna walk around and be like, "You guys need pills?"
Yeah.
To like middle-aged white American
Yeah.
ladies, they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna report you, and you're gonna be fucking.
You're
kicked
on a
off the
boat.
boat.
I'm like, I got
I
oxys.
just thought
You're
of
on
a
a boat full of
genius
fucking-
idea.
I
When
got
we
oxys.
went,
I just
when
thought of
we
a genius
went,
idea. The
There you go.
Zanny Nanny.
Zanny
Wow.
nanny.
We should have gone into advertising.
That's actually better. Yeah, I got Xanax.
You're on a boat full of Karens.
I got coke. I got methamphetamines.
And I'll watch your kids.
I'm not interested. I have Xanax.
I have Zanny Nanny.
No,
have
the
Xanax.
Xanax
No,
is
I
going
have
to watch your
I
kids.
have Xanax.
She's gonna give me a couple of pills and watch my kids for a couple hours
do you guys
while
want
I
a real
veg
idea?
out.
Do you guys want a real idea?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
A real way to do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not the cruise we went on with all the old ugly people.
Okay.
Not that cruise.
Mm-mm.
Couple
A
of
sexy
weeks
cruise.
later, spring break starts.
Uh-huh.
Then you get all the cruises, right? Now, I would imagine security is incredibly heightened.
Like
during these
Lollapalooza
cruises.
type of
Yeah,
shit.
because they're not going to, because we easily, like your family's talked about taking Listerine bottles with
Oh,
food
yeah.
coloring and booze when they don't have the
Yeah.
all-inclusive package.
That's
It's
smart.
a good idea. You bring a whole bottle of
I like
vodka,
it.
nobody's
That
going
is
to
a
notice.
good idea.
Yeah.
I actually got
Now-
the.
You'll be shitting rainbows, but hey,
but
who cares?
but the thing is, so a couple of weeks later would be like the spring break cruises going to the same places.
Yeah.
Right? Here's what you do.
Here we
You
go.
don't bring anything through security. That boat moves at about 10 miles an hour through the Long Island Sound. You fly a drone over and you drop a big bag of
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Good man.
pills. So you've got a guy in Long Island
yeah, sure.
who's like, that's the ship, flies the drone over, drops a big bag of pills, now you're set.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, we
And
got
you've
it.
got you
Yep.
got a captive audience.
That's
Just be
it.
like, this is $40. It'd be like, it's like $10 back in New York. Well, it's $40 here, motherfucker. It's 2 days to port.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get your Molly? What are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
You want to get fucked up, or you want to sit around like an asshole?
Yeah.
$40. Oh,
Turn
man,
me
you
in,
make
I'd fucking throw you overboard. I got these 5 guys with me. Yeah.
I just point at 5 random guys behind you.
This sounds like it has the potential for a Jack Nicholson fucking
I think we could-
Johnny Depp movie.
I want to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
Like he's the main character. He's a drug dealer. He does cruises. He makes a shitload of money,
and then he meets-
gets caught up in.
No, but then he meets like a young guy who's like, we should use a drone. He's like, what the fuck is a drone?
Oh yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But on the ocean.
Yeah.
That's all. That's fucking.
Or we
awesome.
should just do this. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just try it out.
I wouldn't
See how-
recommend it. It's probably it's
As long as, but the
it's
thing
a
is,
great bad idea.
as long as you don't sell anything, as long as you don't sell anything, like
Yeah.
once you hit, once they're like casinos open, guys, you're like, now we're selling.
So like here's.
Well-
I got pills, bitch.
Yeah, because you're not
Fucking waving
committing.
them
The
around,
only
bags
crime
of
that you're
pills.
committing is intent to distribute.
Actually, when you're on a cruise ship, though, you're in international waters, yeah, but the cruise ship can claim eminent domain over whatever sovereignty they're from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if
Yes,
it's an
that's true.
American cruise ship, you are subjected to American law on that ship, or English, or
Yeah, but good
you
luck.
know-
Good luck getting that to hold up in
And
court.
they actually-
especially when you're making fucking $90,000 per cruise and you got a fucking kick-ass lawyer.
No, you have to get.
And it's a
you,
Who
You
song.
got to
It's
get
not
the
even
captain
law.
of the boat in on it with you.
That would be even better.
When you have the HMF,
Well, but if we had the captain of the boat, we wouldn't even need the drone.
Yeah.
when you have the HMFIC on
You
board,
just smuggle it in the captain's ass.
No. So what we need to get the drone involved, and then we need to
Jesus.
blackmail him when we're in international waters.
You
That's how we do
you
it.
blackmail a captain with methamphetamine because that's what that motherfucker does.
that's my vision of all airline pilots. Just a bunch of overly tired, coked out maniacs.
Yeah.
That's why I hate flying. I really, if flying freaks me out.
70% of airline pilots fall asleep like at the stick. They don't do anything.
That's what
They don't
autopilot's
do anything
for.
the whole time.
I'd rather drive.
They're sitting there at takeoff. They don't do anything at takeoff. They don't touch anything.
See,
the
here's
plane
my-
takes off, and then they sit there for the duration of the flight, and then they land the plane.
They actually.
They're not pilots. They're plane landing people.
I listened to the Opie and Anthony show a long time ago, and they had this pilot call in, and he was talking about it. And then they had a tower guy call in, and the tower guy called in, and they started talking shit to each other, like ridiculously. And the tower guy, most of his insults were how the pilots are falling asleep, they're reading their newspapers, they're not doing anything, they get paid too much because they literally pull back on the handle and.
Yeah,
They just hit.
Where's the guy
They
in the
push
tower?
the button and they knock off. And then he goes, how do you, what do you call a 400-pound tower operator? And they're like, what? They're like, the skinny guy. So like now he's like talking shit about all the tower operators, all fat assholes.
Wow.
It's fucking funny.
Dispatchers.
Yeah, dispatcher. Yeah, kind of. I was gonna be a dispatcher. There could have been at one point in the future. In an alternate future where I was fielding calls and like sending you out to where you needed to be.
All I can picture is ambulances and police cars crashing into each
Oh,
other
yeah,
at
yeah.
intersections.
And now you make coffee.
Now I make coffee.
Now you make coffee.
I actually
Seems safer.
It's probably a lot safer, yeah.
The only reason I didn't get the job was because I can't type that fast. That was the only reason. Everything else was
I have a mental block when it comes to typing.
I type at the speed of smell. So yeah.
I've taken multiple
it's like
typing
S.
classes.
Oh God, yeah.
And
The last time I took a typing class, my teacher actually passed me just because she liked me.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. But
I could not pass.
when we had flip phones a million years ago, she used to be able to text with the flip phone, which
But that's the T9.
I could
like,
never
you
know.
were
That-
able to do there was ABC on one, and then like
no, fuck.
I was able to. I figured out how to do that.
I
Like,
hated that.
If
I
you
hated
wanted me to
texting
text
for the longest
you,
time because of
XYPFGB, fuck it, no, then yeah, I could do that. But if it was coherent
I
words,
don't know.
no,
It was easy.
I couldn't do it. I was like, no, just call me, please. Stop, please.
when this motherfucker pulled out, because Adam always had the latest, greatest
the
tech shit.
LGV.
He pulled out the LGV, flipped that fucker over at a full keyboard on it. I'm
keyboard.
like, what is that? I want that.
Were you a BlackBerry guy too at one point?
No, I wasn't a BlackBerry guy until you could get internet on phones, and they
yeah.
were the first ones to. Aside from the Sidekick, which I never got a T-Mobile Sidekick because I recognized that the internet was not real. There was only like 10 websites that participated with their bullshit.
Yeah.
That's how
And
BlackBerry
it was just
No
yeah,
apps.
but when BlackBerry finally launched like a full internet web browser, and you could hack it with a Flash plugin, and I could like watch YouTube on it. That was when I got a BlackBerry. But before then, I was just like the full like the LGV. I had navigation and weather and like had some apps and stuff that were kind of okay. But then as soon as the BlackBerry was like, yeah, you can go to the internet now. Then I switched to BlackBerry, but it was one generation. And then the iPhone came out, and then immediately Android stuff after that. But I was BlackBerry through first generation iPhone.
Okay.
And then switched to Android.
We had the BlackBerry Storms.
That was our.
Those were terrible.
That was our that was our foray into the smartphone, if you will.
Actually,
No,
the
those were
LG Dare.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That
too.
was the first one that I had where like when you can buy the data
Can I
plan
type?
for like
Just-
$15, and
I hate getting new phones.
I used to I think
learning curve.
the first thing I actually watched on YouTube was the Tenacious D movie.
Yes.
You have to.
Pick of Destiny.
Absolutely.
It's the greatest.
that
It's
movie.
one of the greatest movies of all time.
Very pixelated, but I was happy. I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Well, I have to pee. So go
Yeah,
ahead and
me
show
too.
us.
No, I think we're about
We're
2
about
hours
2
in,
hours,
so I think
I'm
we
gonna
should.
go. I'm gonna go pee.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pull this. We're gonna pull the plug.
Yeah, just talk amongst yourselves for a moment, and then we'll do titles.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well,
No,
Oh, wait, I
can't
gotta
wait
pee.
through the outro.
I got to pee too.
All right.
we'll go.
Okay.
I can talk.
I will.
I do this for a living.
I hope so.
For a living, 2 cents per show.
Yeah. I do this for $80 a month. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like the rum. I see. There's a full shot left. Everybody had
I'm
a sip
sorry,
and bailed
I
the fuck
can't-
out.
Yeah, I can't.
We
but
keep.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed the Magnog.
Oh, it was so good.
I'm not a big eggnog fan.
Right. It's-
Anyway.
No,
Because
eggnog's
it's just
kinda
like
like
one
snot.
note. It's boring. That
Well,
would
the
have
thing is, the thing I don't enjoy, like my family makes eggnog.
Yeah.
Like I still have, my dad used to make really good
like
eggnog.
egg yolks and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
But my dad, like, I come from a family of bartenders. Like my dad was like the high end New York restaurant group, like fancy bartender, and my mom was like the dive bar bartender. So like I always grew up with like them making drinks of like all different kinds. You know, like my dad made the Rob Roys and the Manhattans and the, fancy shit. And, my mom made the, like the typical, blue collar man slinging stuff. You know? But
Yeah,
I always loved like just mixing stuff. Like whether it was spices or drinks or alcohols or like, even non-alcoholic stuff like juices. Like, I think this would go really well with that. I've never seen that before. Like,
You know what you gotta
always
do?
love to try stuff.
You gotta get those moose glasses from Christmas Story or Christmas Vacation. That's what you gotta get for that shit. I have 6 of them.
That's awesome.
I did
I have
not know
an
that.
entire set.
Actually-
Nice.
An entire set
But you
of
know,
moose glasses, of eggnog moose glasses in my closet for a holiday I do not celebrate.
but as far as
Why didn't you bring
eggnog
them down for this
goes,
show?
I didn't know I had eggnog here.
but as far as eggnog goes, like first of all, dealing with eggs with the double boiler and stuff is a pain in the ass
Hell yeah.
at best. And also, I am not a fan of nutmeg.
Oh, I love nutmeg.
I'm not a fan of nutmeg at all. So like,
If you
I
take
don't
high
use
dose,
nutmeg.
like if you take like a high amount of nutmeg, you can actually get you high.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like in capsule
I don't know
form?
that would be an
It's just
enjoyable
like if
way
you like
for
take an
me.
entire nut, I've grated an entire nut of
Meg?
The meg nut? Is there a meg nut?
The Megnut tree actually is very
have
rare.
have you taken Meg's nuts and grated
And
them?
over the course of like I was just making, I had apple cider.
Yeah.
So I took apple cider and lemon seltzer, and I mixed the two, and I grate it over the course of like an hour. I was just grating a shitload of nutmeg in it, and it gets you a little fucking loopy.
Oh.
Yeah.
You should
Pretty
shithole
interesting.
a
Nothing
capsule
else
and
in
see
it.
what happens.
Yeah, I take the whole nut.
Honestly, if you want to take nutmeg and put it in a gel cap, I have a bunch of gel caps.
Oh, I do too.
Or you
I
could
should
do what
try
all
that.
the kids are
Yeah.
doing these days. Just slap that shit on a tampon.
I should. Oh,
Shove it
that's
up your
good.
butthole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they soak vodka, the tampons in a vodka.
I
and they
feel like
fucking-
that's a myth.
I don't
should
feel
try
like
it
that
on the
would do
show.
anything.
I think it would hurt so
I'm not
fucking
putting.
bad.
too
I'm not putting a
heavy in there.
tampon up my ass. So
I don't think a tampon is gonna hurt.
A
What?
tampon
Yeah, it
soaked
feels-
with vodka in your vagina?
It's kind of heavy.
Your vagina. I was thinking my butt.
In your butt.
There's
Ha-
a lot less
But you have to get like
sensory things going on in your butt.
Actually,
that's not true.
No?
there's a lot more scientifically.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like pain and receptors. And
I feel
things
like pulling
that.
it
Well, you
out
gotta
would be
lube it up.
very
You don't just go in raw
uncomfortable.
dog. You gotta.
Let's just put a tampon up
You
your
would-
butt and go from there.
For the show.
I say that
introduce
is
it
a show
slowly.
topic if I've ever heard one.
Ugh.
Let's put a vodka-soaked tampon in Bosch's ass and see what happens.
No. No.
And then, yeah,
'Cause
and we'll
I
have
really
you-
don't think anyone's actually done it.
And we'll have you blow into a breathalyzer. We'll do a blood alcohol level on you.
Do you have a breathalyzer?
I can get one.
We should try. We should do like a
I'm in.
breathalyzer episode
I'm in.
That'd be fun.
where we
I'm
just
in.
like test our levels every so often.
Well,
get
I mean,
fucking
like
ripped.
Adrian could bring one in.
Okay. She's not gonna
That
be
was
on the
wet.
show though.
No, she just have to wear a fucking Guy Fawkes mask and call herself Frank. It'd be fine.
All right. Well, we got plans for other shows. We got
Yeah.
plans for
Oh, it's been fun.
Is that it?
Magromania. Yeah, that's it.
It always sucks when it's over. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a boatload of fun. Look at
know.
what
I
we've
think
all
we've-
accomplished.
Yeah.
And we wasted more rum.
We drank shitty rum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna be cleaning this. And I'm gonna be like, "What's this water?" Ah!
That is god awful.
Did you guys want to try some gin? Do you like gin?
Not after that rum.
I love gin. I can't do this. I can't. I can't.
Very special glass. No, oh no, it's not clean.
Here,
You think you think this would double as paint thinner?
Probably.
Might.
Here, me and my friend Chad made this.
That'll take the color off the hood of a Chevy.
I'll trade some with you.
All right, so what do we got for titles? Do you have anything?
I have Boogie Woogie Woogie Bitch.
I love it.
That's great.
That's a good one.
But you got a whole slew of other ones.
Yeah, so we start off with Pale Plaid Sunrise. I Can't Wait to Fart.
You can check that one off.
Yeah,
Done. Done and done.
A Hollowed Out Dildo.
Hollowed out dildo. Oh my god.
Men in Hood Robin. From Tinky Winky to Tipsy Whipsy.
I like that one.
The Possum Kingdom Incident.
There wasn't,
I thought
there
that
wasn't
was
enough about that though.
Yeah, we could have gone on about that.
And then Just Suck, or is there a button I push?
I think we found our title.
I don't know.
mean, I'm between God, I mean the Possum Kingdom Incident.
I like
great.
that.
That could be the title of a book.
Guns N' Roses' new album.
Men in Hood Robin, and I Can't Wait to Fart.
You didn't like Boogie Woogie Woogie Bitch?
I like that.
I
was
like
my
it.
favorite.
I like
I
it.
like that one.
We can go with that one. I just didn't have that one here.
I like Boogie.
I like
Woogie
Boogie Bitch, and it's I can't wait to fart. It's good.
What do you think?
I don't know. I like the Possum Kingdom Incident, but, you know, I can't wait to fart.
So we got I Can't Wait to Fart.
That sounded genuine. Like
So
you
it's
can't
3
wait
to
to
2.
fart.
But I'm also.
Everybody looked at me with this pressure. I'm like,
So
oh,
I'm
I don't know.
also. He said the Possum Kingdom Incident, and I Can't Wait to Fart. Between those two would be the Possum Kingdom Incident. For
I can't wait to fart at the Possum Kingdom Incident.
No, you can't edit them.
You guys like Boogie Woogie Woogie Bitch, right?
We can
I
do
like
that.
Boogie Woogie Woogie.
Let's do
There's
that
a
one.
consensus, and you're on board. That's fine.
And we have hashtag.
1, 2, 3.
What is it? Magnog?
Yeah.
How about
Magnog.
hashtag I Can't Wait to Fart?
There you go.
There you go. I'm sure there's somebody hashtag that somewhere at some time.
What do you think about that gin there? It's good.
A resounding meh.
No, it's actually very good. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I made it with my friend
When
Chad.
did you make this batch?
That's all, man.
That was just before the wedding.
I actually, King Diamond brought his microphone with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
and
he said, I think I left it here.
Queen Ryan could probably fix King Diamond's fucking microphone. He took it apart the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. You might get yourself a working SM58 by the time I'm done with it.
If you can fix it, great. If you can't fix it, then add it to the motif of the of the underground. Here.
Oh, I will.
Well, we have
I'm keeping the bone.
we have a real human.
Oh yeah, that's
femur over
actually
there.
real human femur behind you there, behind Tanner and Bryce.
Is it really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was acquired. It was given to us by
Yeah.
from the University of.
Yeah. Yeah. It was obtained legally. Like we didn't kill anybody.
Was it a cadaver?
Yeah.
Did you have the necessary permits?
It was one of those skeletons that like
I
hung
was
at
done
a
with it.
college.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was done using it. Decided to keep a femur bone. It was either that or steal one from the catacombs in Paris.
You could do that.
They
Nope.
frown on that.
They frown on that.
Yeah.
Customs.
They frown on a
Customs.
Parisians.
So do you guys,
Parisians
do you
frown
guys
on a lot of
make this
shit.
Often?
So my buddy Chad makes it. I don't make it
Oh,
because
you
that
don't?
that would be illegal.
Yeah.
And he does it.
Chad likes.
But I had a heavy hand in
Chad's
the
in the
design
gray area
of
of
this
the law.
one.
Yeah.
This was made for the wedding.
I like it.
So
cool.
thank you. Yeah.
I like it.
I came up with the recipe. He made it illegally at his house, and then gave me some.
Illegal chat.
Yeah.
It's a Chad.
His name's
To
Chad.
His
His
to
name's
illegal
Chad
chat.
Geronimo.
That's
Yeah.
a great name.
Yeah, he's 164th Napanock Indian.
He's been a friend of the show for many years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
What are
yeah.
What are you drinking there?
I just grabbed some quick sniff of Old Granddad, 80 proof.
Oh my gosh.
Left here
Old
by our good
Granddad.
friend Hudson Valley Hank.
Old Granddad.
So yeah, I guess you should probably plug you guys. That'd be nice, right?
Right.
pitchblacksunrise.bandcamp.com and at pitchblacksunrise on Instagram. Also at PNR Band on Instagram and at Plaid Nation Revival on Facebook.
Oh, I almost
got any
forgot,
shows
too.
coming?
Yeah.
shows.
December 14th. December 14th at Snug Harbor with
Over in Newpolt's.
Yes, there's a bunch of bands on the lineup. I forgot one of them is Remedy, local band.
Okay.
They're playing as well. Some kind of a fundraiser. I got to look at the page again. I just got the event invite, so
Cancer, autism.
probably yes, one
Sure.
of those, one of the big ones.
Isn't it a blood thingy?
Oops.
It could be a blood. It's a blood thing.
It's a blood thing.
Let's look it up real quick.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's see what it's about.
Oh yeah, that's yours.
Am I in charge? I'm not in charge. Okay, good.
Amy, you're faster than me. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
yeah,
that
you were
was
totally
mine.
faster than me.
I just remember seeing something about blood.
There was blood.
No.
There's always blood.
But
yes, come and see us live. We're playing a shitload of new songs.
Oh.
Yeah, a bunch of songs that'll be on the upcoming album.
Upcoming album. When's the upcoming album coming
We
out?
are going into the studio in January, and hopefully we should have a new record out by
Oh, I
March.
got it, I got it.
March or April. We're looking at a full-length album of all new Pitch Black Sunrise material.
Wow, cool.
Yep. Yep.
Make
Very
my
cool.
blood
Way,
makes my blood dance.
Oh yeah, they're from. I believe they're from Brooklyn. They reached out to us and set the show up, asked us if we wanted to play. We were like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Cancer Foundation.
Yes.
There it is. See?
I mean, like donate,
I
but
mean,
I was
aw.
correct.
Yay, cancer. Good job, Bosh. Well done.
Sorry.
But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. We're the opening
He
act.
meant yes, I was right.
Yeah, we're the opening act. So come. That means you guys come.
Nice.
It's New Paltz. It's not that far. It'll be fun. I
Yeah,
guarantee
that'd
it.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Piss on me, beat me.
There you go.
Yeah, try that.
When
is this
What
again?
studio?
December 14th. Aren't you
December
listening?
14th.
December
No, I
14th.
was.
December
Snug Harbor.
14th. Yeah, Saturday night.
That's
Yeah,
snuggy.
we're going on. I think around 9:30, some shit like that.
All right.
You know, and the studio's we're doing it at the Doom Room.
Oh,
Yeah, homegrown.
home
Oh, yeah.
Doing it in the
recording.
Well, we talked
basement
about
Good.
at the Alamo.
we
Good.
talked about a bunch of different
Basement.
people, but you know, Sean did the last album, and he
Sounds good.
instead of trying to get somebody else that to try and understand what we are, Sean knows what we, and it's just easier. So
Yep.
yeah, that's it.
Fuck it. Do it yourself.
Exactly.
It's more satisfying that way.
There'll be great. There'll be lots of swag too, T-shirts, all kinds of
Because
shit.
no one knows you better than you. That's why you do it.
Swag. We do it for the swag.
So, all right. Cool. Almost made. We got 4 minutes left in the outro. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Next week we're gonna try and work on. I got a couple people on.
We're so close to being booked out for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got a
It's-
bunch
it's
of people on the hook trying to figure out schedules.
Everybody's
so.
like, "Oh wait, tonight's." I'm like, "Yeah, because I told you we've been."
That's why even though we didn't have the song to do, like we couldn't prepare for it, we were just like, fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
you
but
still
like
come
you
by.
guys
We always
reached
have
out,
plenty of
nothing,
shit to talk about.
nothing was set in
Yeah.
stone. So I was like, let's
Yeah.
just do it anyway.
Yeah,
and
why
then,
not?
And then 2 other people were like, wait, so tonight's not good? Yeah, tonight's not good because it's tonight. Trying not to. I try to be. I want to be 6 weeks out. That's where I like to be.
Yeah.
And it's been 6 months before we've been 6 weeks out.
No, that's good. That's good.
Because we got married. It's your fault.
Wow.
I didn't ask you.
That's true.
One
Wow.
Touche,
Fair
motherfucker.
point.
One of the
Smart
fa-
girl.
Touche.
One of the fans of the show was chimed in here. I snuck aboard about 24 Percocets and a box of Cuban cigars. They don't care. Talking about the cruise ships.
Nice. I want to go
Yeah,
on
dude,
vacation with
if
that
you
guy.
if you can go through that metal
that-
detector,
Was that all
You
up his
honestly-
butt or?
honestly,
all of it.
coming
All
off
that was
the,
up his
coming
butt.
off the
You just
islands
put it
and
all in a
stuff,
condom, and the cigars you just shove in there, and you could just they help you get it in there. And I know him; he can fit a lot in his ass.
I'm starting
So
to get
coming
a
off
feeling
the
that
islands,
stuff
you
is
do go
ground
through
for
a metal
reason.
detector.
Freaking me out tonight.
You do go through a metal detector, and all your stuff goes through an X-ray machine. But anything in
But
your
you
pockets,
don't go through an X-ray machine.
like
so.
if you can bring bottles with corks that don't have metal and shit like that, you can go right through the metal detector. It wouldn't be a problem. And some of them are cool. They're just like, I don't care if you want to bring beers, just take them.
Why don't we all just get our money together and rent a boat ourselves?
Yeah.
All right.
Do a party,
I mean-
the Dead Radio party boat.
It's kind of the same
would
thing
be
as like where you
fun.
get on
Yeah.
like a little plane, like you're way more likely to die than getting on a big one.
Yeah, but if a boat crashes, you could still survive.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Not in the
we should
Hudson.
Set up a Dead Radio podcast booze cruise.
Booze cruise.
Booze
Dead
cruise.
That's what I'm
Radio.
talking
Right
about.
on
That
the wall.
would be
Right
awesome.
on the wall.
Good. All right. That would be awesome.
Hold on.
Yeah, we could
Come
do
on,
a Dead
that's a
Radio
real
booze
that's a
cruise.
real goal there.
I'd go to that.
Oh hell yeah,
I'd go to that.
without a doubt.
Oh, that would be a trip.
I would make time for that.
No Logan Callahan, though.
No.
Oh.
I'm kidding, Logan. You know I love you.
Are you running out of room?
That looks great. All right, so look forward to that. I'm thinking July.
That'd be awesome for my birthday. Oh my
July-
gosh, I'm
July
gonna be 40.
2019.
I'm gonna be 40 in July. Can we
We'll
do
get some
Nicole's
bands
40th
together.
birthday Dead Radio podcast booze
Nicole's
cruise?
40th birthday, the Dead Radio podcast booze cruise.
We could probably
Wow.
scramble a bunch of people
It
together
writes
for that.
itself. It
I mean,
writes
honestly,
itself.
if we did, it'd be seriously like $25 a person to rent a boat to go on the Hudson.
Oh,
Why not?
Dude, we would fill that boat.
People
no
would
problem,
be willing to
bro.
spend at least that. I
The
would
River
think
Rose
for-
or some shit. I used
Yeah.
to be.
Oh, yeah.
I used to be on booze cruises all the time with the radio stations. Mix 97.
You want to do that?
That would be.
I've been
awesome.
looking for an idea for your 40 to really make
That'd be
a 40.
awesome.
You want to?
That's in July.
Yeah, July 16th. Yeah.
Let's do it.
My birthday's
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
July. My big 4.
Oh my God.
Like whatever
Holy
weekend works
shit.
in
But
there.
they're actually going to hold us to that.
A
now.
fucking booze
That
cruise
sounds
with
great.
the Dead Radio guys for your birthday. Yeah, hell, that would.
That'd be fun.
We'll get some breweries involved. We'll bring in some kegs.
Why not?
And get that Vicodin guy too with the Cubans. I want him on this fucking cruise.
Yeah.
I want that guy to be there.
And
And
get
there's
the
the
weird
outro.
naked Indian too.
Yeah, get the naked Indian. Get fucking.
Follow the weird naked Indian.
We'll get a gimp with the fucking leather suit, the whole nine, man. It'd be
I got
great.
that covered.
I-
All right. Well, until next week.
Good night.
So yeah, Dead Radio Booze Cruise, July
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Date to be
Coming-
TBD.
2020.
2020.
and
Yeah.
Magromania 2020.
And Magromania.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Absolutely.
2020 is gonna be the year, man.
Yes.
It's gonna
That's
be
right.
the year.
The year of the ox.
What?
Is it?